You're watching the Daily Dodge pregame show.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone. From Horicon High School, Daily Dodge TV proudly presents the high school football game of the week. And tonight, it's the regular season finale. We've got a clash in the Eastern Suburban Conference for you as the Waterloo Pirates are in town to take on Horicon. Hi again, everybody. Mike Tronson with you at the field, and I'm joined by my good friend and partner, Tim Haldeman. And we've got Justin Wilski, a.k.a. Ninja, as our videographer and engineer. He's assisted by Ember, and we are glad you're with us. Tonight's game is brought to you by our presenting video sponsors, Hometown Glass and Improvement and Columbus Family Dental. Tonight's game also brought to you by Service Insurance Agency, McKinstry's Home Furnishings, Kladowski Real Estate, Slumberland, Silica for Your Home, Summit Ford, Beaver Dam Tire and Service and Mayville Tire and Service, Surefire, Richards Insurance, Reed Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Park Village Shopping Center, Preferred Dental Partners, Jerry's Automotive, Air Care, The Dump in Cambria, and White Construction. Welcome into the pregame show, everyone, on this windy and rainy Friday night. As I mentioned, it is the last regular season game. Both of these teams are playoff bound. You've got the Horicon team at 6-2 overall, Waterloo at 7-1 on the season. Both of these teams are 5-1 in the Eastern Suburban, and so simply put, the winner of tonight's game clinches at least a share of the Eastern Suburban Conference title. Marshall is also 5-1. Marshall is playing tonight at Marquezan, another game that's being broadcast on Daily Dodge TV. So the winner of this game gets no worse than a share, and should Marquezan upset Marshall, the winner of this game would actually claim the conference championship outright. So both teams are in the playoffs, Tim, but a lot to play for here on this final Friday night of the season, and both teams got to be feeling good about themselves to be in this position in Week 9.
Well, very true, Mike. Both these clubs have themselves a nice winning streak going. We've had both of these clubs on a broadcast this year. We had Horicon at home versus Palmyra Eagle. A lot of points. And Horicon came out the victor in that one. If I recall, something like 49-34.
46-34, yep, very close.
Pretty darn close. That was just off the cuff, Mike. And then the one broadcast that we've had for Waterloo this year was at their only loss of the year. That was at Marshall. And they had a difficult time defensively that night. Waterloo has been pretty good offensively for the most part. Cambridge took care of them pretty good offensively. Waterloo came back and won that game in overtime after they had been behind 7-0 at the half. So, the one loss in conference for both of these clubs has been Marshall. So, Marshall and Horicon went at it the week before you and I were at Horicon, and once again there were a lot of points in that game. Marshall 50-some to 30-some, and of course the Marshall-Waterloo game was 59-38, roughly speaking, give or take a couple points one way or the other. And I said a couple of times that night on the broadcast, the only thing that could stop Marshall was the Waterloo goal line, because Marshall never punted in that entire ball game, having scored 59 points. But Marshall last week, from what I understand, lost their running back, a young man by the name of Modal, who was injured during the second quarter, out the rest of the night. Don't know what his playing opportunities are the rest of the year, but no doubt neither one of these clubs are going to take a look at Marshall in the playoffs, because I know Waterloo's going to be D6 and Horicon probably D6 as well. Am I
would think so.
I would
think
know
so.
If anybody in here in our booth area could give us a nod on that or not, but of course you can tune in tomorrow statewide on Channel 27, and I'm sure it's going to be broadcast on WBEV and ESPN Beaver Dam, of course, tomorrow, and the pairings will be broadcast tomorrow morning and out at 10 o'clock. So, yeah, very fun time of year for these young men, and there's nothing that these clubs would like any better than to continue their winning streak and enter the playoffs as a co-champ of the Eastern Suburban Conference.
Yeah, Houston has won 5 games in a row. Waterloo, they've won 3 in a row coming in. You alluded to it a moment ago. Both of these teams like to, or are very capable, I should say, of putting points on the board. As a matter of fact, Houston this season is averaging just under 40 points a game, 39.3 to be exact. Waterloo, not too shabby. They average 33, just under 34 points per ball game. Now, tonight, we've got rain. We've got wind. And weather like this tends to be, well, sometimes we call it the great equalizer. How is that going to affect these teams? Could affect them, a little bit because, both teams can put the ball in the air and not really ideal conditions for the passing game tonight.
Very true, and there was a person from Houston entered the booth here, and we just discussed quickly the weather conditions, and he said that in his opinion, it would hurt them significantly due to the style of offense that Houston plays. Both of these clubs have talented athletes that handle the football. Both have quarterbacks with experience, and I'm sure that, Mike, you'll be chatting about some of that. They got, the kids that can get the tough yards in Houston. That's Isaac Howard, and Waterloo has got a kid by the name of Dakota Sturgill, not large in stature, but he's the blocking back for a young man by the name of Trevor Ferrari, who is no doubt the leading rusher for Waterloo this season, and also a very, very fine state qualifier in wrestling. So he's a good player. The lines match up fairly even. The one mark that is sort of tips the scale just a little bit. Houston with a 321-pounder. Let me see. Hunter Hecht, we saw him play earlier this season, 6'3", 321. He fills out the uniform rather well, and pretty fine player out there. He moves people around. So, like I say, the clubs weight-wise are pretty even in the lines. So it's just going to be a Donnybrook, and nothing either one of these clubs would like a whole lot more than coming out the victor this evening.
And as a side note, this is our first broadcast here at this beautiful new facility here in Horicon. Sword Field, it is absolutely fantastic. And you can see the field in the videos, the TV screen right now as Ninja's panning around the football field. It's a turf field. It's absolutely gorgeous. I was told by folks here that it drains very well. That's a good thing with all the rain that we've had today. You've got bleachers on both sides, a nice concession stand and ticket booth up here on top, and wow, they just outdid themselves. And one of the things that that really is unique about this facility is that it was, I believe, and they can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was pretty much all private money that was used to build this. I know that Horicon Bank was instrumental in getting this place built. I think they donated a little over $1 million, maybe $250,000 or something like that. And they also had private donations, so they raised around $3 million. And this is an absolute beautiful facility, one of the best I've seen at any level in the state of Wisconsin, and it's something this community can be very, very proud of. I'm glad we're here tonight.
Oh, absolutely, Mike. And I know 5 guys in striped shirts that are very, very happy about this turf field because they don't have to put up with mud and having to change the football on absolutely every play, because if you're playing on grass tonight, as we look out right now, I'm sure you folks looking at the live stream at the moment, it may look rather heavy rain. It really isn't. It's sort of a light, heavy mist at this moment. And at this moment, it's really not going to affect the game a whole heck of a lot. But we'll find out with these two clubs, and it's going to be a real Donnybrook. This should be a dandy. I'm thinking it's going to be similar to last week, Mike. Okay? Cambria Fall River treated you folks at home with a great game last week. as exciting as we've had in a long, long time. And I would not be surprised to see something very similar tonight. I'd be surprised if we didn't.
This is the final game of the regular season. We're glad you're with us on Daily Dodge TV. And right now we're going to give you the starting lineups for tonight's game. Now, they did the coin flip a few moments ago, and Waterloo won the coin flip. They deferred their choice to the second half, so that means that Housticon will receive the opening kickoff. So let's give you the Horicon-Hustisford offensive starters, coached by Jason Fiacco in his first season with the program. The quarterback, Carter Schwartz, 6 foot 1 inch, 177-pound senior. Running backs include Isaac Howard. He's a senior, 6'1", 181. And Alex Davis, 5'11", 170-pounder. He is a senior. Fullback is Gavin Peterman, 5 foot 9 inch, 170-pound junior. Wide receivers are A.J. Bushke, 5'9", 163, and a senior, along with junior Caleb Poplinski, 6'6", 192. Looking at the line, the left tackle is Jordan Franz, 6 feet tall, 247 pounds, and a senior. The left guard is Joe Beavers, 5'11", 167, and a junior. In the middle at center is Austin Poplinski, 6 feet tall, 233 pounds, and a senior. The right guard is Casey Grodzinski, 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, and a senior. And at right tackle is Hunter Hecht, who we talked about earlier, 6'3", 321. He is a senior. Those are the offensive starters tonight for Housticon. Now let's take a look at the defensive starters for Coach Joe Janke and the Waterloo Pirates. And we'll start with the secondary. The cornerbacks are Cameron Sean, 6 foot 2 inch, 165-pound senior, along with Cal Hush, 6 feet tall, 170-pound senior. Safeties are Ryan Sturgill, 5'8", 160, and a senior, along with Benny Marshall, a 6 foot 3 inch, 195-pound senior. Looking at the linebacking core, Dakota Sturgill, 5'8", 160, and a senior. Trevor Ferrari, 5'11", 195-pound senior. Owen Hazelai, 6'1", 220, and a senior. And Keegan Lauersdorf, also at linebacker, 5'10", 190, and a senior. Defensive linemen getting the start include Carson Rufner, 6'3", 260-pound senior. Drew Benninger, he's a junior, 6 feet tall, 230 pounds. And Ben Ugorji, 5'11", 170-pound sophomore. So there you have it. Those are the defensive starters for the Pirates. We're just minutes away from the opening kickoff. And, of course, next week, the WIAA playoffs get underway, level 1 action around the state. Now, I was told, Tim Haldeman, by a very reliable source, that you and I are going to be heading to Columbus next Friday night. The Columbus Cardinals, they're going to get a home game, and we won't know the opponent until tomorrow. But unless something changes, you and I are going to be in Columbus for a 7 o'clock kick. I also mentioned that we've got a couple of other games on our Good Karma Brands platform being broadcast tonight. We've got Corey and Charlie up in Marquezan. They're broadcasting Marquezan and Marshall. That's on Daily Dodge TV. So you can check that one out tonight also on Daily Dodge TV. There's a link for it on the website. You can click on that game. But again, Marshall is at 5-1, just like these two teams are. So all these teams in the running for a share of the conference titles we talked about. But you can tune into that game, or you can turn on the old-fashioned radio as Beaver Dam is at Wanakee tonight. And that game actually got moved up. It actually started about 24 minutes ago. So that game's already in progress, and you can listen to it. It's a radio only on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. So just wanted to pass that along as we have options tonight for you across our Good Karma Brands platform of stations. Right now, we're going to step aside. We'll come back. We'll get you ready for the opening kickoff. This is the high school football game of the week on Daily Dodge TV.
Are you ready for peace of mind? Chad Guzzi here, owner of Air Care in Beaver Dam. If you're tired of unexpected repair bills, you want to sign up for our Total Care plan. It ensures top performance and prolonged life of your heating and air conditioning equipment. Air Care's Total Care customers receive annual inspections as well as a reduced maintenance rate, plus a 10% discount on all service repairs. Air Care, big enough to serve you, small enough to care. 920-356-8860.
The teams at Beaver Dam and Mayville Tire and Service are growing and adding service technicians and auto lube technicians. Work in a clean shop environment with a fun and friendly team that is committed to excellence and customer satisfaction. Competitive pay based on experience, full benefits, including health, dental, 401k. Join the growing team at Beaver Dam and Mayville Tire and Service. Find full job postings on Facebook or visit either location to submit your resume.
Hi, this is Dr. Adam Forster at Columbus Family Dental. If you've been unhappy with your smile, it's time that you come and see us. Our team of doctors are waiting to help you get your smile back. We'll take the time to talk with you and treat you like a member of our family, not just another number. Whether it's a whole mouth makeover or simply a little tweak, we'll find the right solution that fits you. For your free, no-pressure consultation, call us today at 623-5559.
The fun doesn't stop when the game clock hits 0. Celebrate your team's sweet victory at the Dump Bar and Grill in Cambria and tackle some mouth-watering appetizers, award-winning juicy burgers, or some crispy wings. The Dump Bar and Grill has it all. And with their newest Annex Edition, enjoy more seating for all fans to gather. Satisfy your hunger and get to the Dump Bar and Grill in Cambria, your go-to spot for great food and good times. TheDumpBar.com, cheering on all our local student athletes.
You're watching the Daily Dodge pregame show.
And once again, tonight's game here on Daily Dodge TV is brought to you by our presenting video sponsors, Hometown Glass and Improvement and Columbus Family Dental. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Service Insurance Agency of Waterloo, McKinstry's Home Furnishings, Kladowski Real Estate, Slumberland, Silica for your home, Summit Ford, Beaver Dam Tire and Service and Mayville Tire and Service, Surefire, Richards Insurance, Reed Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Park Village Shopping Center, Preferred Dental Partners, Jerry's Automotive, Air Care, The Dump in Cambria, and White Construction. Mike Tronson alongside Tim Haldeman. Ninja and Ember are here. They're our videographer/engineer combo. And just about ready to get this game underway. Hey, if you'd like to send us an email tonight during the broadcast, please do so. You can send an email to sports@dailydodge.com. Sports@dailydodge.com. You can send me your name, where you're from, who you're cheering for, and we'll be happy to give you a shout-out. Put Horicon-Hustisford or Waterloo in the subject line so I know it's you, and we'd be happy to talk about you during the broadcast tonight.
And, Mike, that weather report that I gave back some 10 minutes ago, with the very light mist, you can throw that one out the window.
Things change.
The way it's raining right now will definitely affect the ball handling ability of the quarterbacks and the opportunity for the backs to hold on to the football. So that team that hits the hardest defensively and jars footballs out of the hands of running backs and possible receivers is going to come out the victor in this one. If this keeps up, yeah, it's no doubt going to affect this ball game. Even on turf, no mud. That's very important.
So Waterloo set to kick it off to start the game. Ben Ugorgi will kick it for Waterloo. And we've got twin safeties back deep for Housticon. Kind of hard to read there, even through the binoculars, kind of hard to read their jersey numbers with dark on dark. And here's the approach. Ugorgi's kick is in the air, end-over-end kick. It's a short kick, going to be taken at the 16-yard line, ahead to the 20. Left side, 25, 30, 35, and run out of bounds. The return man, and just trying to see who that was. Bushke. All right, there we go, number 2. A.J. Bushke on the return, giving the Marsh Falcons a pretty good starting field position. 1st and 10 for Housticon on their own 35. So Housticon going left to right as you see it in the first quarter. Waterloo in the white jerseys tonight with the maroon pants and numbers. And Housticon with the black pants, the gray jerseys, the red numbers. And a snap back. Schwartz hands it off, and they'll keep it on the ground. Up to the 39-yard line on the carry was Alex Davis. Davis, 5'11", 170-pound senior. And Davis will pick up about 4 on that play. It'll be 2nd and 6 coming up from the 39-yard line.
And the first man missed a tackle. had an opportunity right at the point of attack.
Single receiver to the near side. Snap back out of the gun. Schwartz hands it off. And breaking tackles. That is Davis again as he gets across the 45 out near the 46-yard line. Might even mark him near the 47, but Alex Davis with a couple of carries. And that one actually got him a first down as they'll mark it at the 47-yard line. And so a nice pickup there of about 8 yards. It moves the chains. And no surprise with the weather the way it is that a team like Houston normally airs it out, keeping it on the ground on the first couple of plays.
And we've got a whistle and a stoppage as Houston came up to the line of scrimmage, and now we're ready to go.
Yep, that was a very momentary delay. 1st and 10. Houston on its own 47. Snap back. Schwartz hands it off. This is Howard. 50 through a hole. 45. Lowers the shoulder, and he gets taken down just shy of the 40-yard line. Ooh, a good burst of speed that time for Isaac Howard, 6'1", 181-pound senior. Isaac Howard this season, as I look at the rushing stats, 545 yards, 13 touchdowns on the season coming into tonight. Alex Davis, 746 yards and 9 touchdowns. It's 1st and 10. From the Waterloo 40, and the give is to Davis, right side 40, and he will get run out of bounds on the near side of the field. That was Howard on the carry, and Cal Hush, the cornerback. He's a quarterback, and he's a cornerback. He plays both ways, like a lot of these kids do. And he ran him out of bounds, but a pickup of about 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 6. Ball now is at the 36-yard line, just inside the 37. Snap back to Schwartz, handing it off, and straight ahead running. Couple of yards maybe on that play for Davis. Tackled on the play by Owen Hazelai, along with some help from Trevor Ferrari. Ferrari, a linebacker. Hazelai also one of the linebackers. 3rd and 4 after a pickup of a couple. Ball's at the 35. Snap back to Schwartz. Hands it off. This is Davis, right side, down near the 30-yard line.
He's got it.
And he got first down. He had to get about halfway between the 31 and the 30 to pick it up, and he did. As the rain continues to come down and the wind blowing, 9:27 and counting left in a scoreless first quarter. 1st and 10 for Houston from the Waterloo 30-yard line. Schwartz out of the gun, has the snap, gives it up to Howard. Left side he goes, dancing through traffic, gets down to the 25, and now taken down around the 22-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Back around the 23, it would appear. So that's a gain of 7. Good pickup on first down for Howard. As we've played 3 minutes, no score, and a 2nd and 3 coming up for Houston. That rain's really coming down now. 2nd and 3 from the Waterloo 23. Snap back, handoff. Davis. And he gets inside the 20 to about the 17. We'll check it out. They'll mark it at the 18, as a matter of fact, but another first down keeps the drive alive, and all on the ground thus far here, Tim Haldeman.
Yeah, nothing fancy, and no doubt they're going over the right side, and guess who? Hecht, 321-pounder, is the right tackle.
1st and 10, Houston on the Waterloo 18, handoff, and tripped up near the 15. The ball carrier is Alex Davis. So Davis picks up 3 on that play. 2nd and 7 coming up. 8:15 and counting left in the first quarter. Glad you're with us tonight on Daily Dodge TV. A lot of folks are out here, though, braving the elements in the stands on both sides. A lot of tents and umbrellas up, though. And the ball's fumbled. And let's see who's got it. That was Howard that fumbled the exchange, and I think he got it back. He did. He got it back. So Isaac Howard recovers the fumble. And it's going to be a loss of 1. So 3rd and 8 coming up with the ball now back around the 16-yard line. Boy, the Houston team there averting a potential disaster. They're in the red zone trying to strike first, and they're faced with a 3rd and 8 on the Pirates' 16-yard line. Receiver split wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Schwartz out of the gun, has the snap, gives it up, and Straight up the middle goes, I believe that's Davis and...
Got three to the 14.
Nope, beg your pardon. That was Howard on the carry. He got to the 15-yard line, where it'll be 4th and 6. Clock running exactly 7 minutes to go in the quarter. 4th and about 6, a long 6 or a short 7. Take your pick. And a whistle and a timeout, I believe, yes. Timeout being called by the Marsh Falcons with 6:51 to go in period number 1. And no score as of yet, but Houston is threatening. And as we said, the weather already playing a factor in this game because there's a team that likes to throw quite a bit. They haven't thrown a pass yet. It's been all on the ground with Davis and with Howard. So, 6:51 left in a rapidly moving first quarter, and Houston-Con's had the ball the entire time, and a big play, biggest play of the game yet. When we come back from the timeout, it's going to be 4th and a short 7 for Houston-Con from the 15-yard line, thereabouts, of Waterloo.
Mike, do you recall in the first time we had an opportunity with Houston-Con, did Schwartz run the ball a whole lot? Because right now might be
I don't remember him doing a whole, I mean, he threw quite a bit.
Run the football here.
4th down and 7. Handoff. Davis straight ahead to the 10. Didn't get it.
No.
He didn't get it. That was Davis, and he was tackled on the play by Keegan Lauersdorf, and the ball's going to go over on downs to Waterloo. So the Pirate defense bends but doesn't break on that opening possession. Lauersdorf makes the stop. Ball goes over on downs, and Waterloo now moving right to left as you see it, will have its first offensive possession. 6:46 to go in the opening stanza. No score as of yet. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates from their own 10-yard line. Cal Hush, the quarterback. He's thrown for 1,079 yards, 12 touchdowns, 9 INTs on the season. A couple receivers to the near side of the field, one wide to the right. Hush is out of the gun on this 1st and 10 play. Let's see what he does. And he will fake the throw and hands it off, and well, there's not much happening there, is there? As they tried to go off the right side. Ball carrier was Trevor Ferrari, and Ferrari lost a half a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. Good defense there by Houston as we are approaching the halfway point of period number 1. Rain is coming down pretty steadily. When I got here around 5:30, wasn't doing anything. And over the last hour and a half, it's really started to steadily pick up a little bit. 2nd and 11. Pirates on their own 9-yard line. Hush out of the gun. Has the snap, hands it off. And on the near side,
nothing.
There wasn't much there for the ball carrier. That was Ryan Sturgill. Ryan Sturgill on the carry that time. And I don't think that's no gain, looks like.
No gain.
No gain at all, so it's 3rd and 11. Well, defense ruling early in this one. 5:53 to go in the opening quarter. And here's a 3rd down and 11 for Waterloo from their own 9. 2 receivers on the near side of the field, 2 more to the far side. Hush is out of that familiar shotgun. Barking out signals. Now the motion of man. Fumbled snap, and he falls on it. Does Hush. And Hush
lost 4.
Lost a couple on that play. Yes, he did. And so it's going to be a punting situation here for the Pirates. They're going to have to punt it from the shadow of their own goalpost after a loss of 3 and 4th and 14 coming up.
The timing was just not good on that play.
Nope.
Cal Hush motioned to his receiver on the left side to come into motion, and as he looked up, the ball was coming at him. So the timing was just not there.
Benny Marshall in his own end zone to punt. Has the high snap. Punt is blocked. It's loose. Picked up by Houston at about the 1-yard line.
I noticed, Mike, that Benny Marshall, in his punt formation, he wasn't back the normal 15 yards. Well, understandably so. because they were only at the 5-yard line, which would put him back by the end line. He had about another 3 or 4 yards that he could have gone backwards and had plenty of room, but elected to take the snap up closer to the line.
First and goal, Houston from the 2, handoff. Davis straight ahead, and he is in. Touchdown, Horicon-Hustisford. Alex Davis from 2 yards out, and with 5:03 to go in the first quarter, it is 6-0, Houston on top.
Well, you can only dodge bullets about so long, Mike, and that's pretty much what got Waterloo in trouble right off the get-go here. 12 plays on the original drive for Houston. Took the ball down to the 10-yard line, stopped on downs. Defense comes up big, Waterloo loses 5 yards on 3 plays.
And they'll go for 2. Hand off to Howard this time, and he is going to break a tackle, lunging, and he is in for the 2-point conversion. So Howard with a 2-point conversion to make it 8-0 in favor of Houston. 5:03 to go in the first. We're back in 1 minute. Back in 1 minute on Daily Dodge TV.
Cheer! Now cheer louder. Any accomplishment worth doing is worth doing with all your heart and soul. The entire team at Hometown Glass and Improvement knows that dedication, time, and respect can lead to greatness. When practicing free throws, running for a touchdown, or installing new windows and doors, it's a commitment to something larger than oneself that creates a legacy. So keep cheering for your hometown team. Hometown Glass and Improvement, online at hometownglass.com.
Jerry's Automotive in Beaver Dam is a champion of our local schools. Team up with Jerry's Automotive by pumping your gas at their Spirit Pump, where 2 cents of every gallon is donated to a local school each month. Jerry's Automotive also provides exceptional vehicle service and repairs and a great selection of convenience items. Visit Jerry's Automotive Center WI.com and on Facebook. Jerry's Automotive, 700 North Spring Street in Beaver Dam, across the street from Beaver Dam Food Pride.
Catch a load of that one.
As we come back to live action, live ball on the kickoff.
Yikes.
It's loose. Horicon-Hustisford is recovered. It was a short kick. And I believe that was Benny Marshall coming up to try and field it. It went over his head, got behind him. That's a live ball. And things went from bad to worse for Waterloo. They're down 8-0. And now look at this. Houston with a first and goal at the 8-yard line after recovering that kick.
Yeah, that looked like a pop-up deep to the shortstop, and the wind blew it over his head.
Hand off. This is Davis to the 5 as he zigzagged his way up the middle of the field. He was brought down from behind by Owen Hosley. Second and goal now after a short pickup there of about 3 yards. Second and goal from the 5. 4:42 and counting in the first period. 8-0 in favor of Horicon-Hustisford. They're looking to add a little more to that here. A lot more to that, as a matter of fact. On second and goal from the 5.
Special teams always very important when the weather gets
And
like
this is the quarterback sneak. And the keeper, Carter Schwartz, gets to the 2, maybe even the 1. Let's check it.
We're going to call it the 1.
Yeah, call it the 1. That's a gain of 4. So Schwartz on the keeper that time. And it'll be third and goal inside the 1, or inside the 2, near the 1. On this third and goal play. Handoff. And into the end zone, touchdown, Horicon-Hustisford. And what's going on with the lights? Was that Davis? Or it was Davis. All right, thank you. Well, the lights started flashing. I couldn't see. With 3:48 to go in the first, it is now 14-0 Houston.
To celebrate the local touchdown, they turn the lights completely off, and then back on and off and on and off 3 or 4 times to celebrate.
And they go for 2. Hand off to Howard. Yeah, he'll take it in almost untouched. So Howard with another 2-point conversion 16-0. Horicon-Hustisford leads. We're back in 1 minute on Daily Dodge TV.
Is selling your home like a walk in the park? If you were in Central Park at 2 a.m., maybe. Chris Kladowski Real Estate. When it is time to sell, be it due to loss or love, growth or downsizing, staying near or going far, there are 3 basic steps. List it, sell it, move on. The steps are made simple by working with a trusted real estate advisor. Our family team is with you every step of the way, making those 3 steps as smooth and fun as possible. Kladowski Real Estate. We look forward to serving you.
Hi, this is Sandy from McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. We are proud to support all Beaver Dam athletes. While at home watching high school sports, why not be comfortable? McKinstry's is a lazy boy comfort studio. We have sofas, recliners, sectionals, and reclining sofas. Stop into McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam and add comfort to your home.
Year after year, McKinstry's.
Back to live action. Here's the ensuing kickoff, taken at the 15. Marshall to the 20-25, breaks a tackle out across the 30-35 and out to about the 38-yard line. On the return for Waterloo was Benny Marshall, 6'3", 195-pound senior. But the Pirates have some work to do. They are down 16-0 with 3:41 to go in the opening quarter. And the Pirates will set up shop. Now they marked it back a yard, so it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Rain coming down here at Sword Field in Horicon. Beautiful facility. Weather, not so much tonight. On 1st and 10, Hush out of the gun. Turns around, hands it off, and there's just nothing up the middle there. Absolutely nothing for the ball carrier, Trevor Ferrari. As the defense, stout, he lost a yard. 2nd and 11 coming up, back of the 36.
Well, the game within a game, Mike, of the front 5 is being won by Housticon at the moment. It isn't It isn't even a game.
On 2nd and 11 from the 36, Hush will give it. Nope, he fakes the handoff, running to the right side, trying to turn the corner, and he will get brought down in the backfield for a loss. I believe that was Howard that made the tackle. He plays linebackers. I mentioned most of these guys go both ways. Vast majority of them do. And a loss of a couple more, so it's 3rd and 14 after that loss of 3. Ball's back at the 34-yard line. 2.5 minutes and counting left in this first period of play. Housticon already up 16-0. Ball's on the right hash. Hush out of the gun, has the snap, hands it off Marshall. No, beg your pardon, Ferrari. Out across the 40, very close to the first down marker, but he's going to be brought down a yard or two shy. It depends on the spot, but he's going to be a little bit shy of the yard to gain. He had to get out to the 47, and they're going to mark him just shy of the 47. So it's going to be 4th and about a yard. And Waterloo already down 16-0 says, we're going to go for it. Or either that or they're going to try and draw him offside. They go for it. This is Ferrari. He's got it. 50, 45, and down to about the 43-yard line. So they gave it to Ferrari. Trevor Ferrari, 648 rushing yards on the season coming into tonight. Averages 9.8 a carry, 12 touchdowns on the season, and that is a big 4th down conversion for Waterloo. In fact, they're all the way in now to Housticon territory at the 44-yard line. And tell you what, if you're Waterloo, you can march down the field, get a touchdown, you're right back in this thing.
Waterloo had 5 plays from scrimmage for -9 yards at one point. And then in the next 2 plays, 2 carries by Trevor Ferrari netted them 23 yards and a first down.
Ball's on the right hash again. 1st and 10 Pirates on the Housticon 44. Handoff Ferrari. Bounces to the outside, breaks a tackle, 40, and spun out of bounds by Howard over on that far side of the field. it looked like for a moment, Tim, they had him dead to rights, and he spun out of something and broke a tackle or two and then was able to turn what could have been maybe a loss of yardage into positive yardage.
We're going to give him 8.
So that is a gain of 8, as Tim mentioned, and it is now 2nd and 2. sports@dailydodge.com, sports@dailydodge.com. You can send us an email. We'll check the email box here in a little bit. And the handoff to Ferrari. He is taken down for a long, and the ball came out. It's loose. Scramble. Who's got it? Housticon has the football. The ball came out. It was recovered by Landon Strife. And oh boy. Just when Waterloo was trying to march down the field, getting into a groove a little bit offensively, a turnover. And the ball is at the 47-yard line of Housticon, where they'll have it 1st and 10, 58 seconds left in the first quarter. They lead it 16-0, and now a chance to really pad on here. Snap back, handoff. Howard across the 50, breaks the tackle. Oh, he couldn't keep his balance, though, as he got tripped up, spinning across the 50-yard line, and he did get down to around the 47-yard line. So that'd be a gain of about 6 on that play. 2nd and a long 4 or a short 5. You take your pick.
Howard now with 6 carries for 39 yards, and Alex Davis 10 carries
Schwartz
for 28.
on the keeper as he dances his way inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line. That would be a gain of 4, and it's going to set up now 2nd down and about a yard and a half. Closing seconds of period number 1.
Ooh, they called it a first down, Mike.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
All right, well, I stand corrected. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 42. Snap back to Schwartz, hands it off. This is Davis. Left side he goes, 40, and taken down at around the 39-yard line. Caleb Bullock on the stop, and that's the end of the period. End of the first quarter here at Sword Field in Horicon, and after 1, our score is Housticon 16, Waterloo nothing. We'll take a 1-minute break. Back in 1 minute on Daily Dodge TV.
In today's financial markets, you will find all your needs met at Park Village Shopping Center. Time is right for a home equity line of credit. The folks at Horicon Bank can make those home remodel dreams a reality. Searching for sound financial advice? Kevin Smith of Edward Jones will help you make sense of your investments. Kevin knows the market inside and out. Knightberry Title meets all your title needs, from commercial to residential. The team at Knightberry is your partner for success. This is why you hear people say, I shop Park Village Shopping Center. You should too.
Park Village Shopping Center.
At Preferred Dental Partners, our core values are more than just something we put on our wall. They're something we live out. Core value number 3 is compassionate care. Over the years, we've learned a very important anatomy lesson. There are humans attached to the mouths we treat, and we know humans are complex with many needs beyond their teeth. Whether it's the anxiety that accompanies walking into the door of a dental office, or when you're trying to juggle all life is throwing at you, we get it. If you're looking for some compassion with your dental care, call Preferred Dental Partners today.
All right, second quarter about to get underway here in Horicon. Mike Tronson, Tim Haldeman with you. Ninja and Ember are also here on this rainy night. We start the second quarter. Housticon going right to left. They're faced with a 2nd down and 6 on the Waterloo 38-yard line. Snap back to Schwartz. He wants to throw. Right side, caught out there and driven out of bounds over on the far side of the field.
14-yard gain.
The catch was made by Gavin Peterman. He's the fullback. Number 33 on his. Again, it's hard to read the jerseys because of the dark numbers on the dark gray shirts, but that's a first down to the 25, as a matter of fact. Was that 17?
14.
14, beg your pardon. Snap to Schwartz. Hands it off. And breaking tackles. Getting down to the 20 and maybe the 19-yard line. On the carry was Davis again. 6-yard gainer and a 2nd and 4 coming up. And boy, Houston doing a great job up front here, as we mentioned.
Yeah, and Waterloo just not wrapping people up, Mike. Just can't finish the tackles.
2nd and 4, Houston on the Waterloo 19, opening minute of play, second quarter. And Schwartz will hand it off to Howard, right side through a hole, 15, dancing his way to the 11, and gets stood up there. So Isaac Howard that time gets another first down as he takes it from the 19 down to the 12-yard line. So solid 7-yard pickup there, 1st and 10. Boy, Houston, they punch it in here, and boy, Waterloo's really in a world of hurt.
Yep.
And the winner of this game clinches at least a share of the conference title. On first down, handoff Davis. Pushing his way forward up the middle and gets taken down from behind at around the 7-yard line. Tackled by Owen Hosley. But again, that is about a 6-yard pickup. 2nd and 4. They can get another first down without scoring a touchdown here. 2nd and a short 5 or a long 4 from the 6. Snap back to Schwartz, gives it up. Davis through a big hole, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Horicon-Hustisford, and the lights start flashing again. And that was Howard, actually. I think I might have said Davis. It was Howard on the Davis had the first 2 touchdowns. So Howard with a 6-yard touchdown run, and it is now 22-0 in favor of Houston as they line up to go for 2, as always. Give it to Howard, and he's in untouched. Untouched for Howard. And it's 24-0, Horicon-Hustisford. We are back in 1 minute on Daily Dodge TV.
10% off all brand new 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokees and Compasses during the Jeep Adventure Days event at Reed Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Beaver Dam. Hello, this is Brent Reed, and with savings in excess of $7,000 on select models, there's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. And that's not all. Fall savings are definitely in the air with $10,000 off select Ram Bighorn Crew Cabs while supplies last. Let our family take care of your family at Reed Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Beaver Dam and reedchrysler.com.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, Service Insurance has you covered. From auto and home insurance, farmers and renters insurance, to commercial and life insurance, Service Insurance offers a range of coverage options to fit your needs and budget. Learn more about Service Insurance Agency by visiting Facebook or call 920-478-2585 to talk with an agent today. Service Insurance of Waterloo is proud to support local athletes and the community.
And kicking off for Houston. Kick is in the air and a fielded up to the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, and down inside the 40-yard line goes Benny Marshall on the return.
Sometimes the game can just be comical.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, he dragged people, and I'm talking people, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5 would-be tacklers. What, 15 yards?
At least.
Yeah.
What I was going to mention was the kicker for Houston is a German exchange student, Konstantin Wensing. And I was talking to Coach Fiacco about him earlier this week. He's a soccer player. He's from Germany, and he's been having a ball kicking for the football team here this year.
No pun intended.
No pun intended, correct. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Pirates in enemy territory at the Houston 37-yard line. Hush out of the gun. Has the set. Bobbles it.
No.
It's loose. And I think Houston might have it. It's recovered by Houston. Isaac Howard recovers. Oh, wow. Turnovers, miscues tonight are just killing Waterloo. And it's Houston football, 1st and 10 at their own 39, 9:56 left to go in the first half. 24-0, Houston on top, and now they've got the ball again in really good field position. A couple receivers to the near side of the field, one to the right. Schwartz gives it up. Davis coming to the near side, nobody out there. 40, 45, cut back, breaks the tackle, 50, still on his feet, 45-yard line. He's brought down there at around the 45-yard line. Trevor Ferrari on the stop, but that's about a 16-yard pickup. Wait a minute. Oh, the ball came out? They're saying the ball came out and Waterloo has it.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it, folks, at all. The ball, they say, came out, and I never saw it, and all of a sudden they're pointing the other way, so Waterloo catches a break as they're going to get it back at their own 45-yard line with 9:48 left in the first period, and the rain continues to come down.
Well, I just gave Alex Davis a 16-yard gain in the stats, and now Waterloo finally with something to feel good about, and they just got to get some adrenaline going, Mike. That's all there is to it.
By the way, I've got a score update from one of our other games. I'll get to that in a minute. Look at this. 4 receivers on the left, one to the right, empty backfield. They throw it. That's a backwards pass. Halfback option.
Wide open.
Wide open down the field.
Short.
Was Cameron Shans, but the ball was underthrown. Well, you knew something was up because they had an empty backfield, 4 receivers on the left. They threw a backwards pass, ran the halfback option, but it's incomplete. By the way, early second quarter, Marshall leads Marquezan 14-0. Again, the winner of this game clinches at least a share of the Eastern Suburban Conference title. If Marshall wins, they share the title with the winner of this game. If Marquezan rallies in that game and upsets Marshall, the winner of this game gets the conference title outright. Here we go on 2nd and 10. Pirates from their own 45. A quick throw to the left side. Wait a minute, that play is blown dead. Was it timeout? There's a flag on the play.
Penalty.
And it's false start
Mike,
on the Pirates.
The assistant coaches up here in the booth are to our left, and there is a wall between us and them. But
a partition, not a wall.
Yeah, whatever it is. Okay.
You can hear them and see them back there.
And I could hear them say that Waterloo was not lined up properly on the play, and they were yelling and screaming, and, well, that cost them 5 yards.
All right, 2nd and 10. Handoff, and this is Ferrari breaking tackles, 45-50 down the near sideline, 45-40, cut back to the 35, still on his feet, down to the 30-yard line. Trevor Ferrari, big run, gets the Pirates into Houston territory as they'll mark him down at the 29-yard line. They're in the hurry up here with the 9:28 and counting left in the first. It was a 31-yard pickup that last play. And we've got a timeout being called by Waterloo. So timeout, Waterloo with 9:20 to go in the first half. We'll keep it here. Mike Tronson, Tim Haldeman with you. Again, if you want to send us an email, you can send one to sports@dailydodge.com. Sports@dailydodge.com. Send me your name, where you're from, who you're cheering for. And put Houston or Waterloo in the subject line. I've got a couple of emails here, but I don't know that they're for our game, because we've got the Beaver Dam game going on, we've got the Marquezan Marshall game going on, and none of these appear to be for us. So, again, if you want to join us on the broadcast, get a shout-out, let us know you're out there. Sports@dailydodge.com. Tonight's game brought to you by our presenting video sponsors, Hometown Glass and Improvement and Columbus Family Dental. Tonight's game also a presentation of Service Insurance Agency, McKinstry's Home Furnishings, Kladowski Real Estate, Slumberland, Silica for your home, Summit Ford, Beaver Dam Tire and Service, and Mayville Tire and Service. Surefire, Richards Insurance. We'll thank some more here in a moment. 1st and 10, Waterloo on the Houston 29, and handoff. This is Ugorgi down to the 24-yard line, being tackled on the play by Andrew Moss, defensive end.
I like the fact that
5-yard gain.
The Waterloo coaching staff says, hey, let's go to the hurry up. They got to do something.
Got to do something different. Yep.
Something's got to happen to get some adrenaline going. Now, this time, they're going back to the huddle. But
and I heard the assistants back there saying a moment ago, It's not over. It's not over. You
Well,
can't quit, and that's exactly right. There's a lot of time left.
Long ways to go.
Long way to go in
You
this
score a
one.
touchdown here and get a turnover, you're right back in the game.
Hush hands it off. And, oh, my goodness. Getting wrapped up. The ball carrier was number 17, Dakota Sturgill. And what a play by Casey Grodzinski, the linebacker. He got back there and wrapped him up after, what was it, loss of about a yard?
Oh, we're going to give him
no gain. All right, no gain. But Grodzinski with a heck of that's a big boy play. And it's going to be 3rd and 6 for Waterloo from the 25 of Houston. Snap back to Hush, hands it off. Ugorji up the middle, 20, 15, and he's down inside the 15. He's got a first down. Boy, there's a big hole up the middle there, and Ugorji found it. And there again, they're in the hurry up here. It's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 13. A gain of about 12 on that last play. And what do we have now?
Oh, I think what's going on?
I don't know what's going on there. Before the ball could be snapped, apparently officials want to talk some things over. I don't see a timeout was called. Each team has used one of its 3 timeouts. Oh, wait.
Illegal procedure.
It was a false start. They're saying, okay, I never saw a flag. I never saw a flag.
Nope.
That's why there was a delay. So that turns a 1st and 10 into a 1st and 15. Ball's now at the 18-yard line, but Waterloo trying to get on the board, get something positive here late in the first half. All right, 1st and 15 from the 18. Hush to Ugorji. And Ugorji wrapped up after a pickup of 1, maybe 2. They mark him at the 17, looks like. That's a gain of only 1. 2nd and 14 coming up. 7:24 and counting left in period number 2. We're rapidly moving our way through this first half. 24-0 Houston leads, but Waterloo with a 2nd and 14 from the Houston 17. Hush out of the gun. 3 receivers left. Now they motion a man. Hand off. And that's Sturgill, I believe. Yep, Dakota Sturgill.
Inside the 10.
Inside the 10-yard line, as Tim mentioned.
Got about 7.
And so it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 to go. Well, they mark it back at the 10, but still, we'll call it 3rd and 7 from the 10. Big sequence here for Waterloo to try and get back into this game. You're not going to score 24 points in one play, but you got to start somewhere, and this is the drive. 3rd and 7. Waterloo on the Houston 10. Back to Hush, the snap, hands it off. And spinning and not getting a whole lot on the carry that time was Trevor Ferrari. Houston was ready for it, and in fact, there's no gain on that play. They'll keep it right at the 10. 4th down, and obviously you're going to go for it here, down 24-0 and being on the 10-yard line.
Cal Hush has not attempted a pass yet.
Nope.
Well, he threw the long lateral.
Oh, the lateral, yes, the lateral, yes. But not a forward pass. Though.
Right. And that wasn't real pretty. Just
4th
if they're going to open it up here.
and 7. 4th and 7, Waterloo at the 10-yard line of Houston. And a give to Ugorji. Hole left side, he's to the 5, and he's going to get stopped short.
He had a good start.
He did. He had a good start. There was a hole there, but he got wrapped up after he approached the 6-yard line. The ball is going to go over on downs to Houston. 5:35 to go in period number 2. Houston 24, Waterloo nothing, and the Marsh Falcons defense stands tall there. Again, they bend but don't break, and they're going to get it back with a 24-0 lead. 1st and 10 from their own 7-yard line. And this is Schwartz in that gun, and he's going to keep it. Nobody on the left side, 10. And then he gets wrapped up at around the 13. There was nobody out there initially, but nice job by Ryan Sturgill to get out there and recover.
Injured Waterloo player.
And that's Sturgill, I believe.
Who ran that? Was that Schwartz?
That was Schwartz, the quarterback. And, yeah, Sturgill is down. They're tending to him right now, so we have a stoppage with 5:22 to go in period number 2, 24-0 in favor of Houston. Glad you're with us on Daily Dodge TV. One of several games we've got across our Good Karma Brands platforms tonight. We've got the Beaver Dam Wanakee game on radio, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Beaver Dam and Wanakee playing tonight in Wanakee. And then you've got the Marquezan Marshall game, which is one of the other broadcasts on Daily Dodge TV, the second video stream tonight. Last we heard it was 14-0 Marshall, and that one is they help Sturgill up, and they're going to help him off the field. And he's putting almost no pressure on that right leg. Oh, boy. He is just putting almost next to no pressure on that right leg, kind of tiptoeing along, being helped. Let's hope he's all right. 5:22 to go, first half. Intermission rapidly approaching, 24-0 in favor of Houston. And after that injury timeout, it's going to be second down and 2. $38-0 Wanakee leads Beaver Dam at half. And on second and 2, keep it on the ground. That's Howard spinning out of trouble, 20. And he's across the 20 out to about the 22, maybe even the 23-yard line. But Howard on the carry, and he easily picks up the first down. Thanks to Wade Bates, our good friend and colleague, for chiming in with scores tonight. Makes our job a little easier. Just got to pick up my phone once in a while and look at the text message. All right, a fresh set of downs for Houston. They've got it at their own 22, 5 minutes and counting left until intermission. And they lead this game 24-0. First and 10 from the 22, single receiver to the left. A couple men in the backfield, either side of Schwartz, hands it off to Howard. Right side, 25, breaks the tackle, 30. Still on his feet, out to about the 33-yard line. And he's brought down out there by Caleb Bullock. He had some help from Keegan Lauersdorf, but another first down as Howard did that all on his own and takes it from the 22 out to the 34, which is a gain of 12. If you're just joining us, Alex Davis with a pair of touchdown runs in the game. Isaac Howard also has a touchdown run tonight. And 3 two-point conversions, all by Howard in this game. And this is Davis, and he will get out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. Alex Davis picking up yardage, positive yardage once again. Second and 6 after a gain of 4. And speaking of 4, we have exactly 4 minutes left in the half.
Nice 1-2 punch for the Houston Marsh Falcons. Isaac Howard, 9 carries for 65 yards. And Alex Davis, 17 carries for 73. And ball control.
There's a keeper by Schwartz, straight ahead across the 40. Sorry, Tim, as Schwartz gets up to about the 42-yard line. We'll check the spot. Yeah, they're going to mark it to the 42, which would be a gain of 4 at second and 2. Beg your pardon, 3rd and 2. Well, the rain is lightening up a little bit here. It's coming down, but not nearly as hard as it was earlier.
I could live with this.
I think the players and the fans could too. All right, 3rd and 2 from the 42. And Schwartz on a reverse.
Look out.
Coming to the near side to the 50 and getting rushed out of bounds was A.J. Bushke. Bushke, the 163-pound senior, with another first down. That time they give it to Bushke. Well, they lull you to sleep with Davis and Howard all the time. All of a sudden, oh, there's Bushke on a reverse. And he picks up the first down to the 49-yard line of Waterloo. So Houston in enemy territory, and the snap back to Schwartz gives it up. This is Davis, 50. Jeez. Stutter step, 45. Still on his feet, and he gets taken down around the 42-yard line. A couple of white jerseys there, including Caleb Weichman. Good pickup, though, on first down of 7 yards, 2nd and 3, with 2:36 and counting left in the first half. It's 24-0 Houston. They have 2.5 minutes now and 2 timeouts to use to try and add to the lead. Handoff, Howard, right side he goes. And breaks one tackle. Somebody's helmet came off. And it was Howard. Howard's helmet got knocked off during the middle of the run there. So he picks it up. He's going to have to head to the sideline for what? For at least one play, right?
Yep.
So it's a first down, by the way. I was so startled by the helmet coming off. Hey, failed to mention it's a first down.
You just always relieve that the head isn't
That the head
inside.
isn't, right, exactly, exactly. All right, 1st and 10 for Houston from the Pirate 38. Under 2 minutes and counting left in the half. They lead this game, looking for more. Handoff, Davis, down to the 35, maybe the 34, where he was tackled there by Haslai. They're going to call that a pickup of 4 and a 2nd and 6 coming up. Again, 2 timeouts remaining for each side. 90 seconds and counting left in the half. 2nd and 6, Houston on the Pirate 34. Snap, low snap. Schwartz gives it to Davis. Right side he goes, and he's not going to go very far. Big play there by, is that 58 or 38? 38's Ugorji. Yeah, Ugorji. So Ben Ugorji, 5'11 sophomore, making a big play there. No gain on the play. And a 3rd and 6 coming up with just under a minute left. Almost to halftime here on this rainy, windy night at Sword Field in Horicon. If you chose to stay home tonight and watch the broadcast, you were probably pretty smart. Although the rain is lightened up considerably. Low snap, Schwartz giving it to Howard. He's back in there. Breaking tackles down to the
close.
30, and it's close, but not quite.
I don't think he got it.
They're going to mark him right at the 30. It's a gain of 4 and a 3rd and about 1.5, 2. We'll call it 3rd and 2, but a short 2. And 18 seconds and counting. Beg your pardon, 4th and 2. Beg your pardon. They're going to go for it. Snap back. Schwartz wants to throw to the middle of the field. It is incomplete, and it was intended for Caleb Poplinski. Cameron Shans, the cornerback out there in coverage. 5 seconds left in the half, and the ball is going to go over on downs to Waterloo.
That was just a jump ball to the tallest player on the field at 6'6".
Yep.
Poplinski just do a jump ball.
I'm shocked they didn't use their timeouts there to try and, yeah, they're up 24-0, but that really surprises me that
32 would be better.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know why they had 2 timeouts, why they didn't bother to use them.
Even if that pass would have been complete, they only had time for one more
right.
play.
You'd call a timeout, and
Right.
then you'd, My goodness, that surprises me a little bit
I'm
there.
going to vote for you for coach of the year.
yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. 5 seconds left. 1st and 10, Waterloo from their own 30. And what do you do here? Just take a knee?
You might as well run a play.
Well, they're going to run a play. A pass, and it's incomplete.
Two
well,
plays.
that took 3 seconds. So the pass was intended for Benny Marshall.
Right off his hands.
I mean, if I'm down 24-0, I just take a knee and go into the locker room and try and regroup because you're going to get the ball to start the second half.
I would run a play. I would.
That's where you and I disagree.
That's what I would have done. Right. Are you down 24-0? Mm-hmm. If it gets tipped and intercepted and ran in, okay, big deal, right?
2nd and 10. 3 receivers to the near side. Trips to the right. And a quick toss and incomplete. Same play. And we have hit double zeros. End of the first half here in Horicon. And after 2, it is Houston 24 and Waterloo nothing. Stay with us. We'll take a break. Back for our halftime report in 3 minutes. We're back in 3 minutes on Daily Dodge TV.
American drivers overpay an average of $368 per year on their auto insurance. Why? Because, well, insurance is hard. It's complicated. It's time-consuming to get quotes from multiple companies, so we overpay. Or we call Richards Insurance in Beaver Dam. Make one call and receive a quote from a great company like Auto Owners Insurance. The team at Richards Insurance will literally do all the work for you. So if you could be saving money each month with an Auto Owners Insurance policy, you'll know about it. How much will you save with Richards Insurance? To find out, call Richards Insurance or stop in at 123 North Spring Street, downtown Beaver Dam. With offices in Columbus, Watertown, West Bend, and Oshkosh. With over 50 employees and hundreds of years insurance experience across 5 offices, you'll get full-service counseling with no obligation. Your auto owner's insurance carrier is Richards Insurance in Beaver Dam. Call 887-1615.
We'll be there with you.
Richards Insurance of Beaver Dam.
Hi, I'm Josh Schneider with Silica for Your Home. We have a great feature available in our showrooms, our digital price tags. They search the internet every day and allow us to adjust the prices based on our competitors. That ensures you are always getting the best deal. If it finds a lower price, it will automatically change our Silica price in real time. These digital price tags are all about saving you time and money. Shop Silica for Your Home for the best sales, service, and selection.
Hey, it's Stacy with Slumberland, Beaver Dam in Watertown. Stop in and see everything that our store has to offer. We built it just for you. We have mattresses, box springs, power bases, bedroom sets, furniture, living room sets, dining sets, everything that you would need to complete your entire home. We've got our interest-free financing and a really great local staff here to help you. So you've got all local people here to help you out from start to finish for anything that you would need. So stop in, shop local, and save big with us.
At Summit Ford Beaver Dam, we are committed to serving the customers in our community, to bringing you into our dealership and making the buying process easy, fun, stress-free, and memorable. Thank you for choosing us and voting us Dodge County's best place to buy a new or used vehicle. Stop in today for a test drive and to see how we can help you find the car of your dreams. Summit Ford Beaver Dam.
If this heat has you realizing it's time to upgrade your home's air conditioning, don't waste another minute or another dollar on wasted energy. Call Surefire today to see how much you could save with a new, high-efficiency Lennox air conditioning system. Stay cool and stay calm knowing Surefire is here for you with 24/7 customer service. Call us at 920-485-4883 or visit us online at surefireinc.com.
And we have reached halftime here at Sword Field in Horicon, alongside my good friend and partner, Tim Haldeman. My name is Mike Tronson. His name is Justin Wilski, but you can call him Ninja. He's our videographer and engineer. And Ember is here as well, helping out. And so we've got the band back together. Glad you're with us on Daily Dodge TV for our high school football game of the week. And at halftime, it's all Houston, as the Marsh Falcons lead the Waterloo Pirates by the score of 24-0. And we were just talking off the air, Tim, and kind of more of what we were saying on the air in the first half. And again, Houston just dominating on the line, and of course Waterloo with a couple of turnovers that have, those things have really hurt them in this first half.
Well, Mike, all you got to do is look at the stats, and it's just 100% glaring. 16 carries from scrimmage for Waterloo. 16. Let's try this again. 16 offensive rushes for a total of 55 yards for Waterloo. They are 0 for 2 trying to pass the football. I guess that one was more or less a lateral, but no yards gained passing the football for Waterloo in this entire first half. Whereas Houston, 35 carries on the ground for 198 yards, 1 for 3 passing for 14 yards, a total of 212 yards. So, you talk about ball possession, 55 yards versus 212, 16 carries from the line of scrimmage versus 35. And I mentioned to you, Mike, that when at the snap, you can just see the surge by the Houston front 5, that they've just got the Waterloo guys just off the line of scrimmage immediately. And then from there, the credit goes to Isaac Howard with 11 carries for 73 yards, and Alex Davis, 20 carries for 84 yards. They don't go down at the first sign of a defensive tackler. They make people miss, and they're running right over people, to be very honest, especially in that first drive, and it just set the tone for the game. Right from the get-go, Waterloo was missing tackles. They were there early, but just couldn't finish the tackles. So whether it be, a case of not seeing backs like this before, these two young men are good. There's no doubt about it.
They are.
Howard and Davis are two very, very fine rushers. You may not see too much of them guys throughout the league. Waterloo had difficulty with the modal kid from Marshall. These guys are, they run real close to the ground. They're sort of, stocky and stockily built, and they're strong in the legs area, and they're tough to bring down. And Waterloo's just having a difficult time tackling these guys so far. And Mike, you mentioned about the band being together. For me, it's a retirement tour. All the bands from the late '60s and '70s are now having their last hurrah. Their retirement tours. I hope it's not mine, but I'm probably the closest to retirement here.
I say the bands that you and I grew up with, the bands that you and I enjoy listening to, they're now the ones that are on the county fair and casino circuit. Is what the ones that they're playing.
Exactly.
They're not playing Soldier Field and U.S. Bank Stadium and Lambeau Field. They're playing the county fairs.
Oh, and by the way, you probably didn't catch wind of this, but on the way over, my Friday night entertainment, as always, is listen to the BS. Uncle Bill do the BS.
The Barn Show.
The Barn Show, of course. And you and I tonight, we're parking cars.
Really?
For the Barn Show. Yep.
I did not know that.
We were not driving the getaway car.
Okay.
We were not shining shoes in the men's room.
All right. We're parking cars.
We're parking cars. All right.
So anytime we're asked to do anything,
anytime we're on
for the Barn Show,
employed is good.
Yeah, that is a good thing.
Yes, right.
That is a good thing. Well, nobody else wanted to do it tonight because of the rain, so that's why we had to go out and park cars. Let's run down the first half scoring summary. There were 3 touchdowns, all of them for Housticon. With 5:03 to go in the first quarter, Housticon got on the board when Alex Davis ran in 2 yards for the touchdown. Isaac Howard then with a 2-point conversion, and it's 8-0. Horicon-Hustisford on top with 5:03 to go in the first. And then, about not even a minute and a half later, with 3:48 left in the first, Davis again, this time from about a yard out, and another 2-point conversion for Howard. All of a sudden, it's 16-0 in favor of Housticon, just like that. Flip ahead to the second quarter, a minute and 48 seconds into the second. Isaac Howard this time with a touchdown run of 6 yards. He also ran in the 2-point conversion again, basically untouched, and it was 24-0 at that point. And then we kind of, we didn't have anything for the rest of the half.
Yeah,
so
right.
24-0 our score at the break in favor of Housticon, but you've got Davis with a pair of touchdowns, Howard with a touchdown. Howard also has those 3 2-point conversions. So pretty easy to do the math there. It's 24-0, and Waterloo's going to get the ball to start the second half, but I tell you, they got to figure some things out, and there's still a lot of time. There's still 24 minutes to be played here. So if you're Waterloo, again, you come out and get a touchdown right away early. Maybe, as you said, Tim, get a turnover. There's no reason you can't make a game out of this yet. But obviously, their daubers were down going into the locker room.
Well, somehow or another, they got to get the passing attack going to some degree, and at least show Housticon that they've got it to their availability. They threw a couple passes right there at the end of the first half, and it just didn't look like they had their heart in it. And I don't know. Maybe they can pick it up in the second half. And we just had a gentleman walk in and stand for the last few minutes behind us. He's got a Detroit Lions shirt.
Yeah, it's
on.
Mark from the paper.
Yeah,
Mark McMullen. Yeah.
Okay, well,
he's a big Lions fan.
Him and Big Jer, are you like best buddies or something? You're like the only 2 Detroit Lion fans in the county?
I wouldn't say the only 2.
Oh, I'm guessing. I'm guessing you're the only 2. All right.
Hey, I tell you, Big Jer and Mark have earned the right to gloat because the Lions have been taking a pounding from the Packers for years and years and years, and now the Lions are better than the Packers. I was at the game a couple weeks ago, and Green Bay was terrible. We're terrible.
Did you see the sea of blue in the stadium?
Yes, there were, and that made me more upset than the Packers losing. Was the fact that there was that much blue in that stadium. That should never happen at Lambeau Field, ever.
No, I
ever.
agree.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad it happened because I loved it. I loved being able to.
Now, what's this gentleman's name? Mark. Mark.
You don't know Mark?
No, I don't know Mark.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I'll get.
You don't
to
know Adam from Eve, whatever. Go ahead.
But anyway, I'll bet Mark. Have you ever been to the stadium in Detroit to watch a game?
Yes.
Ford
Shucks.
Field, yeah.
Yeah, shucks. I was going to say we got one over you on that one, but we've actually been there, Mike.
We've been there, and
My first ever, I got a chance to get season tickets, and they went over 16 that same year.
oh wow! And you went to every game?
I went to every game, and it was awful.
Oh my! So you drove, or were you still living here at the time, or was no? You were still living in Michigan. Okay. Okay. All right. Now to say, if you drove over there every time they had a home game, wow, that would be tough to have to do. You know, when they're getting killed.
I don't know. I couldn't do that. I'm a fan of the Lions, but I don't think I'm of that. Maybe right now. I could be a fan right now. I'd be happy to do it right now.
We've turned this into a Detroit Lions halftime show here. It is 24-0 in favor of Houston at the break. Yeah, this is high school football, but yeah, we can talk a little NFL football, I suppose. But yeah, Mark McMullen, who writes for the Daily Citizen and the newspapers in the region, he's a big Lions fan, and Big Jer obviously is. We've talked about that before, and they're having a ball right now because the Lions are definitely the team to beat in the division. It's certainly not Green Bay right now, and I think I wonder if we got a little overconfident after they beat the Bears. The Bears are a bad team, folks, and because boy, as of late they have not looked good. They have not. I mean, can't run the ball, can't stop the run, and that's just not a good recipe when you're in the NFL. But anyways, we've got a 24-0 game here. Our game brought to you tonight by our presenting video sponsors, Hometown Glass and Improvement and Columbus Family Dental. Tonight's game also a presentation of Service Insurance Agency, McKinstry's Home Furnishings, Kladowski Real Estate, Slumberland, Silica for your home, Summit Ford, Beaver Dam Tire and Service and Mayville Tire and Service, Surefire, Richards Insurance, Reed Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Park Village Shopping Center, Preferred Dental Partners, Jerry's Automotive, Air Care, The Dump in Cambria, and White Construction. Thank all those fine advertising partners for their support of high school athletics here on Daily Dodge TV. Of course, next week, the WIAA playoffs get underway with Level 1 action. Now, barring any last-minute changes, Tim and I are going to be in Columbus next Friday night for a Level 1 playoff game. Of course, Columbus, the defending Division 4 state champs, they're going to be in Division 5, though, likely this year. And we don't know the opponent. We won't know the opponent until tomorrow morning. So join us next Friday night at 7 here on Daily Dodge TV, kickoff show at about 6:40 as we will be in Columbus for a Level 1 game. The defending champs trying to get back to Madison, this time in Division 5.
Looking forward to that, Mike. That was some great memories from last year.
Oh, my goodness.
Ninja, you remember that? Oh, yeah,
he was there, too.
There. You weren't in Madison with us, were you? Yeah, he wasn't in Madison.
Well, unfortunately, we can't video stream at the state
tournament.
tournament.
The day we were making snow castles in the snow.
Oh, that was, I'll never forget that.
But up until that, the last 7 games leading up to it, Ninja was with us, and golly, I'll tell you, those were some of the greatest memories I've ever had in the great little hobby I have called broadcasting high school sports here, Mike, and that was just a ride. Never will forget it.
But
Never.
you're right. I mean, it's so vivid in my mind watching the Columbus players making the snow angels in the snow on the Camp Randall turf. I can still see Corbin Hines' 37-yard field goal sneaking over the crossbar late in that game. And, wow, it was just a night to remember.
Mike, I have some folks that sit to my right. I hope they're listening right now. They're from Fall River. and his name, Rick Waters, is actually lives out in New York. And Rick was actually watching that game last year, okay, from New York, and mentioned to me about that field goal last Saturday when he was back for homecoming. He's going to be at the game again tomorrow, that we get to spend 3 hours watching the Badgers beat the Hawkeyes. So I'm pretty confident about that one, by the way.
I can tell.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was just an absolute thrill of a lifetime that, you know, I darn near had a birthday watching Corbin Burns' field goal get over that crossbar. It just took forever as he kicked it from the right hash mark, kicked it into the wind, and it just barely dropped over the crossbar just inside the left upright. And I actually have a couple pictures on my phone that on occasion when I'm, for some unknown reason, bored, I might just go through my pictures, and I come across that one, and it's just so vivid in my memory, Mike. It's was so much fun.
24-0, Houston leading Waterloo at the break. We'll step aside. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We're back in 2 minutes for the start of the second half on Daily Dodge TV.
Are you ready for peace of mind? Chad Guzzi here, owner of Air Care in Beaver Dam. If you're tired of unexpected repair bills, you want to sign up for our Total Care plan. It ensures top performance and prolonged life of your heating and air conditioning equipment. Air Care's Total Care customers receive annual inspections as well as a reduced maintenance rate plus a 10% discount on all service repairs. Air Care, big enough to serve you, small enough to care. 920-356-8860.
The teams at Beaver Dam and Mayville Tire and Service are growing and adding service technicians and auto lube technicians. Work in a clean shop environment with a fun and friendly team that is committed to excellence and customer satisfaction. Competitive pay based on experience, full benefits, including health, dental, 401k. Join the growing team at Beaver Dam and Mayville Tire and Service. Find full job postings on Facebook or visit either location to submit your resume.
Hi, this is Dr. Adam Forster at Columbus Family Dental. If you've been unhappy with your smile, it's time that you come and see us. Our team of doctors are waiting to help you get your smile back. We'll take the time to talk with you and treat you like a member of our family, not just another number. Whether it's a whole mouth makeover or simply a little tweak, we'll find the right solution that fits you. For your free, no-pressure consultation, call us today at 623-5559.
The fun doesn't stop when the game clock hits 0. Celebrate your team's sweet victory at the Dump Bar and Grill in Cambria and tackle some mouth-watering appetizers, award-winning juicy burgers, or some crispy wings. The Dump Bar and Grill has it all. And with their newest Annex edition, enjoy more seating for all fans to gather. Satisfy your hunger and get to the Dump Bar and Grill in Cambria, your go-to spot for great food and good times. TheDumpBar.com, cheering on all our local student athletes.
He knows his way around.
Just about ready to start the third quarter. Daily Dodge TV presents the high school football game of the week. Eastern Suburban Conference clash tonight. It's Waterloo and Horicon-Hustisford. And right now, Houston with a 24-0 lead as we start the third quarter. Waterloo's going to get the ball to start this third quarter as they won the coin flip before the game and deferred their choice to the second half. Konstantin Wensing will kick it off, the German exchange student, soccer player, and it's going to be Marshall and Sturgill back deep. Here's the approach, and boom, kicks in. It's a short kick, though. End over end and fielded at the 26-yard line. And that was, I believe, Lauersdorf that was able to pluck it out of midair. And a short return to bring it out to about the, they'll mark it at the 32 maybe? Or 33, let's see.
32.
Yep, back at the 32, all right. So, second half underway. Waterloo's got its work cut out for them. Turnovers in the first half hurt them. The line play dominated by Houston. Let's see if they've made some adjustments here. 1st and 10 from the 32. Quick toss out to the left side. It's caught. And out across the 40 to about the 41 goes the receiver, Benny Marshall.
He got 8 first yards gained through the air for the Pirates this evening.
Somebody just messaged us and said, you saw Lodi last week. Could Lodi give Catholic Memorial a game like Columbus did last year? As the next play is off, and this down the sideline. Ferrari, and he is finally out of bounds
35.
At about the 35. But that's a great question, by the way. Badger Ron checking in there, it says. And what do you think about that, Tim?
Well, hard to say.
It's hard to say, but you know what? Lodi looked really solid
defensively.
Yeah. And here is a snapback handoff, Hush to Ferrari. Gets inside the 30 and brought down.
10.
The only thing that Columbus is still a very good team, despite the loss last week, but they're a little more inexperienced this year. And so it's tough to say. I mean, I think Lodi, yes, potentially could give Catholic Memorial a game.
There was another pass out to Benny Marshall.
Yeah, and you said that a moment ago, Tim. You said, hey,
they got
to get the passing game, and they're doing that a little bit here. Some short passes. Trying to get the offense going, and it's working so far. It's going to be 1st and 10, Waterloo at the 16-yard line of Houston, and now down to about the 9 goes Ferrari. But no, great question. I think they could, personally. That would be a fun game to watch, that's for sure, if those two meet up, which they very well could. And Ferrari again on 2nd down. He thinks through a hole into the end zone. Touchdown, Waterloo. So Trevor Ferrari from about 10 yards out gets the Pirates on the board. 10:35 to go in the third quarter. How about that?
61 yards in a minute and 25 seconds off the third quarter clock.
And they go for 2. And boy, they're
got
just.
It.
Yeah, he did, I believe. He's in. No, they say no.
What? Oh, I can see that one
All
again.
right, 2-point conversion fails, but it's now 24-6. Let's take a 1-minute break. We're back in 1 minute on Daily Dodge TV.
Cheer! Now cheer louder. Any accomplishment worth doing is worth doing with all your heart and soul. The entire team at Hometown Glass and Improvement knows that dedication, time, and respect can lead to greatness. When practicing free throws, running for a touchdown, or installing new windows and doors, it's a commitment to something larger than oneself that creates a legacy. So keep cheering for your hometown team. Hometown Glass and Improvement, online at hometownglass.com.
Jerry's Automotive in Beaver Dam is a champion of our local schools. Team up with Jerry's Automotive by pumping your gas at their Spirit Pump, where 2 cents of every gallon is donated to a local school each month. Jerry's Automotive also provides exceptional vehicle service and repairs and a great selection of convenience items. Visit Jerry's Automotive Center WI.com and on Facebook. Jerry's Automotive, 700 North Spring Street in Beaver Dam, across the street from Beaver Dam Food Pride.
Here we go.
Somebody's got to turn it in.
And on the ensuing kickoff, ball is brought out to about the 36-yard line. On the return for Houston was Diego Rodriguez. He's a 6-foot junior, 157 pounds. Started a cornerback tonight. He's come on a little bit here late in the season, and that time he gets a chance on special teams and brings it out. They actually mark him at the 37. So anyways, it's 1st and 10 for Houston from their own 37. Their lead now 24-6 as Waterloo got on the board a moment ago, and we have a timeout. Well, that's odd. Houston calling a timeout on that before they snap that first down play. So we'll keep it right here. And
it's raining again.
It's raining again. I just thought about that, looking at the light standards.
And it was there for a while, but it's getting blown around pretty good, and it's I don't think it really bothers the players that much on the field.
Probably not.
And I'm sure the referees are doing a great job keeping the ball as dry as possible. We should have a towel over it right now, but they don't. But anyway, Waterloo with an opportunity right here. Let's face it, this is their only opportunity of the entire night that they've earned themselves in the fact that they stop them, they get a turnover, and a touchdown, and they're back in the ball game.
1st and 10, handoff. This is Howard off the right side, breaks one tackle across the 40 to about the 41 or maybe the 42-yard line. Badger Ron chimed in again, and Ninja was trying to tell me. So he says that the Catholic Memorial running back it depends if he's ready for the playoff. I know he was injured. And then he says, right now I see Columbus getting to the Final Four in D5. I can see that. I agree with that. Will they win it all? That remains to be seen. Handoff, Howard again, and he's tripped up right around the 49-yard line, tripped up by Owen Haslai, but that will be a first down. Now we have a Waterloo player down, that Haslai actually, who made the tackle, and so he's slow to get up. 9:51 to go, third quarter, 24-6. And we have an injury timeout as they're tending to Haslai. Well, he's getting up and hobbling a little bit.
Right leg.
But his right leg, doesn't look great. But, Badger Run, I can see Columbus getting to level 3, level 4, somewhere along those lines. But, it'll be tough, no doubt. They're still a good team, even though they don't have quite as much experience in some areas this year. But they're still a quality team, and maybe being down a division, maybe they'll help a little bit. We'll see. But right now they're tending to Haslai. They're helping him off the field. Hey, we got an email here, and leave it to my sister Lori up in the Twin Cities to bail us out. Hey, Mike, now that Joe Buck says he's done broadcasting baseball games, you should apply. You and Tim would be the next big tandem. I like that idea. Good luck to the teams, and tell Tim to calm down. He looks too excited. She's probably watching at halftime when the camera was on you, buddy.
Oh, I didn't even know it was.
It was almost the whole halftime.
Oh, boy.
All right. Thanks to my sister Lori for that email. And breaking tackles to the 45-40, and down near the 35-yard line goes Davis. Looked like they were going to bring him down initially, and all of a sudden he just got out of jail free and was able to turn that into another first down as they'll mark it at the 35, gain of 14.
Davis now with an even 100 yards gained on the night in 21 carries.
Again, if you want to send an email, you can do that, sports@dailydodge.com. Sports@dailydodge.com. Send me your name, who you're cheering for, where you're from, and we'll be happy to give you a shout-out, just like we did to Lori. 1st and 10. Houston on the 36, handoff, and pushing up the middle. Ball carry, I believe, was Davis. Let's uncover the pile and check it. Yeah, it was Davis. I lost him in a mass of humanity. Picked up close to 2. 2nd and 8. Ball at the 33 of Waterloo. Houston leading this game 24-6. So you're Waterloo here. Well, you got to find a way to come up with a defensive stop. You just got a touchdown, trying to get a little life, a little momentum going, and now you got to get that even. There's a fumble. And picked up by Schwartz. He's going to just kneel down because the cavalry was coming. So fumble recovered by Schwartz. The snap back to him was fumbled, and he was able to go back and fall on it, but that's a big loss. Back to the 42, a loss of 9. See, that's what you were talking about earlier, Tim. Maybe they get a turnover and get a jolt from that, and they almost had it right there on the bad snap. But Schwartz recovers, and now, again, here's a chance for that defense to come up with the big stop I was talking about. You've got a 3rd and 17 for Houston from the 42 of Waterloo. Schwartz on a reverse, gives it up. This is Bushke, 40, 35, and brought down at the 30-yard line. Tackled on the play by Cameron Shans. So a 12-yard pickup. And it'll be 4th and 5, 7.5 and counting left in the 3rd.
And I do not see, is that Haslai back in there?
He's 58.
58, right linebacker right there.
Take a look.
Come on.
Looking for jersey numbers, and I can't tell just at the moment here. But anyways, 4th and 5. Houston on the Waterloo 30. And the snap back to Schwartz. He wants to throw. He's going to run with it. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. Spins, and he got it. He broke 2 tackles and spun his way inside to the 23. Pickup of 7 and a huge first down for Horicon-Hustisford. Oh, my goodness. And that's been a problem tonight for Waterloo, just wrapping people up. And they had a couple of chances to bring them down. They would have had the ball, but he made that play all on his own.
Yeah, 3 different guys had opportunities, Mike, and just couldn't bring them down. And it's been bugging them all night long.
1st and 10 for Houston now at the 23-yard line of Waterloo. Snap back to Schwartz, hands it off to Howard. He's to the 20, breaks a tackle, 15, 10, 5, and lunges, touchdown, Horicon-Hustisford. Howard, 24 camper, and it's 30-6, Houston. 6:20 to go in the third.
Well, just when Waterloo had an opportunity to try to reverse this entire ball game by making a play, they didn't make the play defensively. Now their Daubers down. Boom. 4 seconds later, touchdown.
So they'll go for 2 as they do all the time. It's 30-6 with a 2-point try pending here for Houston. Snap, and they give it to Davis. He stopped shy. So the 2-point conversion fails, but it's now 30-6 in favor of Horicon-Hustisford. We're back in 1 minute on Daily Dodge TV.
Is selling your home like a walk in the park? If you were in Central Park at 2 a.m. maybe. Chris Kladowski Real Estate. When it is time to sell, be it due to loss or love, growth or downsizing, staying near or going far, there are 3 basic steps. List it, sell it, move on. The steps are made simple by working with a trusted real estate advisor. Our family team is with you every step of the way, making those 3 steps as smooth and fun as possible. Kladowski Real Estate. We look forward to serving you.
In today's financial markets, you will find all your needs met at Park Village Shopping Center. Time is right for a home equity line of credit. The folks at Horicon Bank can make those home remodel dreams a reality. Searching for sound financial advice? Kevin Smith of Edward Jones will help you make sense of your investments. Kevin knows the market inside and out. Knightberry Title meets all your title needs, from commercial to residential. The team at Knightberry is your partner for success. This is why you hear people say, I shop Park Village Shopping Center. You should too.
Park Village Shopping Center.
Benny Marshall on the return for Waterloo as they go fast here. We try to get our breaks in, a minute break in after each touchdown, and they're not even waiting the full minute. They're just kicking off right away. So, but Marshall on the return that time, and he puts Waterloo in good shape at the 49-yard line. 6:13 to go, third quarter here at Sword Field. This beautiful facility right behind Horicon High School. Our first broadcast here, and I hope we have many more because it is absolutely gorgeous. This community should be very proud of this, and I'm sure they are. 1st and 10. Waterloo at their own 49. Snap back to Hush, and he just kind of shovels it over to Sturgill, and Sturgill gets knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field. Dakota Sturgill on the reception from that shovel pass from Hush. Picks up 3, and 2nd and 7 it will be from the Houston 48-yard line. 6:02 to go, third quarter. And on 2nd and 7 from the 48, Hush takes it and will give it to Sturgill. Again, left side he goes.
Close to a first
and
down.
he's very close. He needed 7. He got 6. They'll mark him at the 42-yard line of Houston. Waterloo again in hurry up. Motion man is Marshall. He takes the handoff up the middle 40. Still on his feet and gets stood up and then taken down after a pickup of maybe 3 or so. He got the first down.
He got 4.
They mark him at the 37. These officials tonight are driving me nuts. They mark it, and then they move it back, they move it up. That's a tough job. I get it. Snap back. Hush, quick throw. Marshall trying to escape tacklers. There's just a lot of gray jerseys out there, and he gets to the 35.
He had 3 yards.
He did, but
on his own.
Boy, that was not an easy 3 yards by any means.
We're going to give him 2.
Basically, that's just Hush throwing it out there and saying, here, catch it and make a play. That's what that is. With 5:06 and counting left in the third. Gain of 2 on that last play. 2nd and 8. Pirates marching at the Houston 35, but they trail 30-6. Back to throw. Hush. Going to run onto the left side now, being chased and wrapped up and wrestled out of bounds. Over on that far side by Poplinski.
You got 2.
Yep, and it'll be 3rd and 6. Third and 6. Pirates at the Houston 33. And off Ferrari straight ahead. Not much happening up the middle. He's well shy of the sticks. And it's going to be a 4th down situation for Waterloo.
Trevor Ferrari now 13 carries for 95 yards.
So 4th down and a long 4 or a short 5. You take your pick. As the clock continues to tick, approaching the 4-minute mark and counting of quarter number 3. 30-6. Marsh Falcons on top of the Pirates. Sturgill in motion. Hush. As Sturgill sets, takes the snap and gives it up Ferrari straight ahead. And he got it.
I think he's got it.
Yeah, to the 25-yard line. So he picked up 7, and it's a big first down for Waterloo. Trying to still make a game of this late third quarter. So the chains move. 1st and 10, Waterloo from the Houston 25. And off to toss to Gorgie. And he didn't get much, maybe 2. Yeah, we'll give him 1. 2nd and 9. Waterloo huddling all of a sudden now. They were in hurry up for quite a while there. 2nd and 9 from the 24. Handoff. Nope, fake the handoff. Play action. Now rolling to the near side. Hush, he wants to throw. Off his back foot. It is incomplete. Intended for Sturgill. And the coverage out there provided by A.J. Bushke. Dakota Sturgill going after that one. Could not come up with it. 3rd down and 9. Just under 3 minutes left in the third. Snap back, handoff to Ferrari, dragging a tackler with him down to about the 19. Austin Poplinski, I believe, was the man who got a free ride, but it's 4th and 4. The ball's at the 19 of Houston. 2.5 minutes and counting left in the third quarter as that rain continues to come down. It was heavier earlier, but still steady right now. 4th and 4. Faking the handoff, Hush. Right side he goes, 20. And he gets to the 15 and run out of bounds inside the 15. It's very close, as Tim mentioned.
Oh, baby.
It is extremely close. The initial mark looks like they have him at the 14. Is that enough? Yes, it is. First down. Huge first down for the Pirates. Wow. So the drive is still alive with 2:06 to go in the third. 30-6, Houston on top, but Waterloo driving now. Here we go. Ball's on the near hash. Snap back. Hush hands it off. Ferrari bounces to the outside. He's down near the 10, and inside the 10 he goes before being brought down around the 8-yard line.
He got 6.
He did get 6. We'll call it 2nd and 4. Ball's at the 8-yard line, 2nd and 6. Waterloo. Hush out of the gun. Hand off Ferrari, straight up the gut, inside the 5, and he gets pushed back. Maybe they might mark him right at the 5. Yep, that's exactly what will happen. Good call, Tim. 3-yard pickup. 3rd and 1. 72 seconds and counting left in this third quarter. Winner of this game clinches at least a share of the Eastern Suburban Conference title. I haven't seen any scores from Wade lately, but Marshall was leading Marquezan earlier. 3rd and 1 from the 5. Hush gives it up. And right side goes Sturgill, but he did not get in.
To the 2.
He got to the 2, and that's enough for a first down. So it's 1st and goal for Waterloo with 48 seconds left in period number 3. And on 1st and goal from the 2, Hush has it, hands it off. Ferrari spinning up the middle. No signal. He did not get in. We'll try it again. They gave it to Ferrari, and he got stopped shy. Hurry up they go. 2nd and goal from the 1. He picked up 1 that time. 2nd and goal from the 1. Hush out of the gun. Has it. Gives it to Ferrari, and he's wrapped up in the backfield for a loss. Oh, my goodness. Grodzinski again.
All the way back to
the 5, and that's the end of the quarter. End of the quarter after 3. It is 30-6. Houston leading Waterloo. We're back in 1 minute on Daily Dodge TV.
10% off all brand new 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokees and Compasses during the Jeep Adventure Days event at Reed Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Beaver Dam. Hello, this is Brent Reed, and with savings in excess of $7,000 on select models, there's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. And that's not all. Fall savings are definitely in the air with $10,000 off select Ram Bighorn crew cabs while supplies last. Let our family take care of your family at Reed Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Beaver Dam and reedchrysler.com.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, Service Insurance has you covered. From auto and home insurance, farmers and renters insurance, to commercial and life insurance, Service Insurance offers a range of coverage options to fit your needs and budget. Learn more about Service Insurance Agency by visiting Facebook or call 920-478-2585 to talk with an agent today. Service Insurance of Waterloo is proud to support local athletes and the community.
There we go. All righty, folks. Fourth quarter about to get underway here at Sword Field in Horicon. 30-6. Houston leading Waterloo. But as we start period number 4, it's going to be a 3rd and goal for Waterloo from the 5-yard line. Pirates trying to make a game of this late. And it's 3rd and goal from the 5. Hush out of the gun. They motion a man. And they toss it to the motion man. Marshall, 5. Cut back. Touchdown, Waterloo. Benny Marshall from 5 yards. That took 6 seconds off the fourth quarter clock. And so for Marshall, his first of the evening. And it's 30-12. And if you're Waterloo here, do you go for 2?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cut it to 2 scores. 16 points with a good conversion.
So a 2-point try. Hush gives it to Ferrari. Right side he goes. Can he turn the corner? And he will get in. They tripped him up, but it was too late. So a 2-point conversion Ferrari, and it's 30-14 now in favor of Houston. Back in 1 minute on Daily Dodge TV.
Hi, I'm Josh
In
Schneider
today's
with
financial
Silica
markets,
for
you
your
will
home.
find all your
We have
needs
a
met
great
at
feature
Park Village
available in
Shopping
our
Center.
showrooms.
Time is right
Our
for a home
digital
equity
price
line of
tags.
credit.
They
The
search
folks
the
at
internet
Horicon Bank
every
can
day
make those
and
home
allow us
remodel
to adjust
dreams
the
a
prices
reality.
based on our
Searching for sound
competitors.
financial advice?
That ensures
Kevin
you are
Smith, the Bedroom
always
Joe?
getting the best deal. If it finds a lower price, it will automatically change our Silica price in real time. These digital price tags are all about saving you time and money. Shop Silica for your home for the best sales, service, and selection.
Hey, it's Stacy with Slumberland, Beaver Dam in Watertown. Stop in and see everything that our store has to offer. We built it just for you. We have mattresses, box springs, power bases, bedroom sets, furniture, living room sets, dining sets, everything that you would need to complete your entire home. We've got our interest-free financing and a really great local staff here to help you. So you've got all local people here to help you out from start to finish for anything that you would need. So stop in, shop local, and save big with us.
All righty. 6 seconds gone here in the fourth quarter. It's now 30-14. Here's the ensuing kick. And this is going to bounce and be taken around the 6-yard line. This is Bushke to the 20, left side 25, 30, and run out of bounds near the 31 maybe? Let's see. We'll check the spot, but Bushke on the return.
Yep, they're going to mark it at the 30.
By the way, we got some more emails that came in here. Tammy checked in. Tammy says, keep it up, Houston, not even fazed by the rain. Tammy, thank you very much for checking in with us tonight on sports at dailydodge.com. And hey, our good friend Mike LeBoton says, great to listen to you guys from the other end of the press box. I love it. Thanks, Mike. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. 1st and 10. Houston on their own 30, and that's going to be a gain of maybe 1 is all. Waterloo defense ready for that. And on the carry was Davis, and he was lucky to get 1 yard. 2nd and 9 coming up from the 31. Well, yeah, it's a 2-score game now. Despite all the struggles Waterloo has had, it's a 2-score game. You get a stop here and get the ball back, Tim, there's plenty of time. I mean, this is not over, and, you know, we talked about it before, so if you were thinking, this game's over, I wouldn't go anywhere, folks. We'll see what happens.
Funnier
2nd and 9.
happened.
Funnier things that we've seen it, too, you and I.
Ooh, that looked like
Schwartz on the keeper.
Oh.
Breaks the tackle, 35, and then gets pushed back near the 37. He was stopped by Ryan Sturgill. That's going to set up a 3rd and 1 after a pickup of 8. So 3rd and 1 for Houston from their own 39-yard line. See if Waterloo can get a big stop here. Force a punt maybe. Here's Schwartz taking the snap, giving it to Howard, and he's going to get wrapped up. Oh, wait, in a second effort, though, he might have got it.
Yep.
A second effort, he got it, because initially he got wrapped up. Looked like they might get the stop, but it was a second effort as he picked up a little more than a yard, and that moves the chains. Wow, that was close. That was close. 1st and 10, fresh set of downs for the home team. Clock continues to run. We're down to exactly 10 minutes left in the ball game. 30-14.
And every first down is about a strong 2 minutes off the
Yep,
clock.
yes it is. That's why that one hurt for Waterloo. Snap back, Schwartz gives it up. Davis, and he plows his way across the 45 to the 47. That's a big pickup on first down of about 6 yards, almost 7. So 2nd and a short 4. And now if you're Houston, you don't have to rush here. You can kind of methodically go about your business, run some clock. And the give to Howard. First down across the 50 and into Waterloo territory near the 46-yard line. And that was Marshall. Marshall on the stop. Just got another score update here. They're heading to the fourth quarter. Marshall 21, Marquezan 6. So the winner of this game will share the conference title with Marshall unless Marquezan rallies in the fourth. That's what we talked about at the outset tonight, how the winner of this game would clinch no worse than a share of the Eastern Suburban Conference title. First and 10. Houston on the Pirate 46-yard line. Snap back, quick handoff to Davis. 45. Breaks a tackle and then gets tripped up near the 40. So Alex Davis that time picked up 6. Second and 4 coming up at the 40-yard line. Clock running now 8:04 and counting left.
Davis now 25 carries in the night for 128. And his partner in the backfield, Isaac Howard, 16 carries for 121.
On second and 4, ball's on that left hash. Schwartz giving it to Howard, 40, breaks a tackle, 35, stumbles up to the 30-yard line. He got tripped up there by Gavin Shroud, but another first down. Boy, if you're Waterloo, you need a turnover here, and you need it fast because time is really starting to be a factor here. And you've got Houston out there, just taking their time with each play. And again, each first down, as you mentioned, probably a couple of minutes off the clock, and they're certainly not going to rush to the line of scrimmage here. They can just leisurely walk up and run a play. First and 10 from the Waterloo 31. This one to Howard. 30, 25 up the middle, 20. And he's taken down at the 20 by Caleb Bullock. Not before he picks up another first down.
They just keep running that little misdirection play, Mike.
They are.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Gain of 11 there.
They fake one direction and then they go the other. It's not a play that you see everybody run, but it is different than what most clubs do run. They sort of have a bunch activity in the backfield, and then everybody's flowing to the left, and then they just go to the right, and they follow that big right tackle right through there.
First and 10. Handoff Davis, 20. Through a hole, down to the 15. Marshall wraps him up from behind, near the 15. And we have another Waterloo player down. Ooh, let's check this out here. Yeah, Waterloo player down, injured right now. They're going to tend to him. With 6:12 to go in the game, 30-14. Houston leads Waterloo. Again, Marshall was up 21-6 on Marquezan last we heard. And unless something changes there, the winner of this game will share the conference title with Marshall. Next week, WIAA playoffs begin. Level 1 action across the state next weekend. And we'll be in Columbus next week, Friday night. I assume that'll be Friday night.
Ooh, another leg injury.
Yeah, would appear that way.
Oh, man. Who's this? 78.
This is Drew Benninger.
Oh, boy. That's the starting center and defensive line. And not an area where Waterloo is very deep, to say the least. And Owen Osley already out from his linebacker spot, and his what does he play on offense? He's a right tackle on offense, yeah. So the Army's getting a bit thin, if you will.
Both these teams are playoff teams, so boy, you don't want to see the ranks depleted here going into level 1 next week. 2nd and 5 coming up for Houston from the Waterloo 15. And this is Davis. Hesitation. Straight ahead and gets a couple. I want to say maybe they'll mark him around the 13. Let's see. And what are we waiting on here? Thank you. They're going to move the ball. Oh, penalty.
Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct?
Yeah, on Waterloo. And this is going to result.
Well, I shouldn't say unsportsmanlike conduct. It was
It's a first down and goal for Houston. Ball's now at the 7. I wonder what they were doing there, and I thought I was just disagreeing with the spot, and then all of a sudden, nope, it was a penalty on the Pirates. Yeah, and Ninja just mentioned there haven't been a ton of flags in this game, which is always a good thing. First and goal from the 7. Houston can pretty much wrap things up and kind of put an exclamation point on this if they can punch it in. Schwartz to Howard, big hole left side to the 5 and down to about the 3. They'll call it a gain of 4 down to the 3. Second and goal coming up with 5:09 and counting left. So, yeah, just trying to kind of put the icing on the proverbial cake here are the Marsh Falcons. And they're just leisurely enjoying their huddles between each play, running clock. Exactly. Ninja goes, what are you doing this weekend? What are the high schoolers doing this weekend? That's a good question. All right, second and goal from the 3. Snap to Schwartz, hands it off. Howard, and he gets stopped shy of the goal line. Beg your pardon, it was Davis. Davis, I beg your pardon. I thought it was Howard for a moment. Their numbers are so similar. Even through the binoculars, sometimes it's hard to see. It's going to bring up third and goal. The ball is at the 1-yard line. Third and goal. 4 minutes left. Houston at the 1-yard line. Give to Howard this time through a hole left side. He is in. Touchdown, Houston. 1-yard plunge for Howard, his third touchdown of the game. He's got the hat trick. And that should pretty much ice this one 36-14 with 3:50 to go. And
I think Houston took a timeout.
I was saying, they looked like they were walking towards the sideline or something, but
I don't know what's going on.
I'm not sure what. No, they're just, again, talking about it.
Anchovies or pepperoni? What do you think?
Well, pepperoni or sausage all the way.
All right.
We had sausage last Sunday, you and I. We had that nice pizza.
Yeah.
2-point conversion try. It was free pizza, too. That was the best part about it. Here is a fumbled snap.
Ooh.
And that 2-point conversion fails. But it doesn't matter. 36-14 in favor of Houston with under 4 minutes to go. We're back in 1 minute on Daily Dodge TV.
At Summit Ford Beaver Dam, we are committed to serving the customers in our community, to bringing you into our dealership and making the buying process easy, fun, stress-free, and memorable. Thank you for choosing us and voting us Dodge County's best place to buy a new or used vehicle. Stop in today for a test drive and to see how we can help you find the car of your dreams. Summit Ford Beaver Dam.
If this heat has you realizing it's time to upgrade your home's air conditioning, don't waste another minute or another dollar on wasted energy. Call Surefire today to see how much you could save with a new, high-efficiency Lennox air conditioning system. Stay cool and stay calm knowing Surefire is here for you with 24/7 customer service. Call us at 920-485-4883 or visit us online at surefireinc.com.
All right, 3:50 to go. Here's the kickoff. Now, Winsing. It's going to bounce and go into the end zone for a touchback. Hey, we got more messages coming. Dan Simon just stopped in the booth here. Dan,
he's running.
You want to come on the broadcast here? I've got a microphone here.
He's running for governor.
Dan Simon, former Hustisford football coach, wrestling coach, all around good guy. Dan, good to see you, buddy. Let me get your microphone on here. How you been?
Awesome. This is the first game I've been to this year. So
Nice jacket.
Thank you.
We won't comment on that.
I got to get your. I'm not sure why your microphone isn't working here. Let's see. Let's try that here. Try that. No, we're not getting it. Well, anyways, you doing well?
Doing well, Mike.
That you braved the rain tonight. You braved the conditions out here.
Oh, it was a perfect night for football. My wife said to me as I was coming over, I said, yeah, I spent a lot of nights on the sideline in this kind of weather. She says, you don't have to tell me, I was in the bleachers.
And there's an incomplete pass. That one was intended for Marshall heading down the middle of the field, and he almost had it. Well, this is a big. This is going to be a big win for Houston, as they're going to get a share of the conference title, and to be in this position is never a bad thing. That's pretty impressive, and those kids and the coaches got to be very pleased.
Oh, they've done an outstanding job this year. It's been fun to watch from a distance, but I really think that it's
good for the kids, the communities,
There we
the
go.
coaches.
So it's all good.
Your microphone, not your fault there, Dan. It was cutting in and out. Try it again there. You.
Nope.
Well, yeah, for some reason it's just there's something wrong with that, but not your fault. But glad to see you up here, buddy.
I knew the golden throat was in the area, so I had to stop there to see him.
All right, this is, oh my goodness, look out. There's a flag coming in. Yeah. A couple of flags came out on that play on the tackle. Is that in the ball carrier, is that Marshall? I think it was, no, or maybe it was. Let's see. Now he's getting up. Yeah, Benny Marshall, the ball carrier, and they get him for like a horse collar or something there. My goodness,
Yeah.
that was
a 5-yard gain, and then they're going to add a bunch to it.
So how you been, Mike?
I've been well. Tim and I are making the rounds again here. We were actually in Hustisford a couple of weeks ago when these guys played Paul Myra Eagle. We were there. You were, huh? Okay.
I couldn't come out. It's either that or, I usually probably run into Tim on the golf course.
Tim and I played golf last Sunday.
Did you?
Yes, we did. We
You didn't
played
see it
over
on
at Portage.
Facebook? The whole rest of the world
First
did.
and 10, Waterloo from their own 40. Handoff, and we've got, that is on the carry, that was Ryder Janke. And I was like, who's 13? They're throwing me for a loop here. That's his first carry of the night.
Coach's kid.
Coach's kid.
He got 7.
And he got 7. Correct. Yeah, we played golf at Portage Country Club last Sunday, Dan, and had a good time. And the weather wasn't too bad, all things considered. It was a little
lovely.
chilly, but not
It was
bad.
Lovely.
We put on our pullovers, and we were fine.
That's the best way to do
What's your handicap, Dan?
it. Just being on a golf course is a handicap for me.
I
but,
knew you were going to come up with something
but,
stupid. I knew you were going to do that. Here.
It's
I'll
what
go.
old retired coaches do, is they like to, like I say, I spend a lot of time with the grandkids and golfing, and that's nice. Tim Haldeman, 8.3 on the handicap index.
Yeah,
We have an injured player, by the way. That's why the
I
delay
played way
here.
too much at Kestrel Ridge.
I played there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. You should have called me, darn it.
I played with Dale Nails, as a matter of fact.
Oh, my goodness. Man, that would have been a great threesome.
So, Dan, total it up for me. How many years you coached football?
30.
And how many for wrestling?
39.
39.
Yeah, somebody said to me, why wouldn't you coach the 40th year? And I said, my body is getting too tired. 39 was telling me it was enough.
Said you just knew when it was time, huh?
Yeah, I've got 2 hip replacements and had shoulder surgeries and stuff like that. So just,
You shouldn't be wrestling with these kids in practice.
Somebody has to. You guys still.
Dan, when Dan was
drill it.
young, he was in the hip crowd. Now at his age, he's in the broken hip crowd.
Broken hip, yeah.
That's where we're at. Again, we have an injured player for Waterloo down over on the far side, so we're just tending to him with 3:15 to go. Yeah, turn the camera around here and wave to your adoring fans there. Dan Simon in the middle of us. There he is. And Ninja, thanks for flipping the camera around. And this guy's a legend. Dan, and you'll laugh and smile, but you and I, we worked a couple of games together over the years.
We did when Tim
wasn't
make it.
available. Yeah, I mean
we did some Beaver Dam games.
We did.
We did some Horicon games.
We did.
We did We went down to Milwaukee one time and
never got the game on the air.
Technology was not working, and we had to call in updates
Yep.
every 10 minutes.
Boy, that goes back about 25, 26 years.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But we
Late
were up
90s.
at Truth Field a few times.
Yep.
Did a few games up there.
Yeah, when
Did
Tim
some
wasn't
at
available,
Cambridge.
you were so gracious
and there
to
was
step
one
in.
time when you weren't available, and Tim and I did one at Cambridge Friesland.
Oh, yeah.
With Hilbert. That was a playoff game. Yeah. That was a few years ago. So, but yeah, we had a lot of good times, a lot of good memories.
Well, you're a classy guy. You always have been, Dan, and I enjoyed covering your teams when you were still coaching. I've enjoyed working with you, and just knowing you all these years, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Mike. You and Tim are a great group. Like I say, I did watch you guys earlier this year on
the stream.
On the stream, so.
I think, by the way, we had another email come in. I'm going to get to that here real quick. This one, let's see here. It says, this is Caden from Hustisford. Keep it up, boys. I wanted to get that on so we didn't miss it. But right now, again, we have a delay here, an injury timeout, as they're tending to the Waterloo player. I can't see his number, and this is, you never like to see this, obviously, and unfortunately, it's part of the game. But let's hope he's okay. And again, I can't see his number right now with all the trainers around him.
You know, this weather tonight reminds me of a story years ago. Brian Bischoff, who was assistant coach for us for many years, he said to me one time, we had rain about like this on a Tuesday. And he says, Coach, what have we got planned for practice tonight? And I said, well, I don't want to stay out in the rain real long. He says, no. He says, the WIAA tells us if it rains like this on Friday night that we do have to play the game. But if it comes on Tuesday night, they don't tell us how long we have to be out in this stuff. So I think we got the things done that we needed to be, and we were outside less than about 20 minutes. We warmed up and stretched inside and did some lifting and stuff afterward, watched some film. But we had about 20 minutes that we went outside, and we were in and out of it. And I said, but they tell you on Friday nights that if you have a game, you do have to play in that weather. But thank goodness it wasn't 15 degrees colder tonight, or we'd have 6 inches of snow on the field.
That's very true. That's very true. Mike Trotz and Tim Haldeman joined up in the booth by Dan Simon, Hustisford legend, former football and wrestling coach, all-around good guy. And again, we're still in this injury timeout as they continue to tend to the injured player over there on the far side of the field. And he's been down for a couple of minutes now, and both teams are kneeling near their respective sidelines. And this is one part of the game you never like to see, unfortunately. And are they bringing a cart in? Or? Yeah. Oh, my goodness. They're bringing a cart in. So this is our thoughts are with that young man right now.
Thoughts and prayers that everything's going to be okay there.
Hey, we got an email in from Jill Harriet, longtime Waterloo fan, and Jill has moved away, and now it gives her an opportunity to listen and watch on dailydodge.com. And just wanted to give a shout out to Jill and say thanks a lot for listening. And I know all the folks back home appreciate her cheering on these young men, and they're having a rough time tonight, but there will be better days for the Waterloo Pirates.
Well, and we talked about it. We talked about the conference title. The share of the conference title was on the line tonight, but both of these teams are playoff bound. And both these teams, certainly in addition to maybe conference titles, wanted to come in here and win just to keep the momentum going into the playoffs. And that's that. I mean, you can maybe talk about that a little bit, Dan. I mean, how important that is to when you got the train rolling down the track, you want to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they won't know until tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. I think the WIA starts releasing the pairings, and when they find that out. But, hopefully the nice thing, I know both teams have had a couple guys go down with some injuries. Years back when the WIA used to play the last game on Thursday night and playoffs started the following Tuesday, there wasn't a lot of turnaround time to get anybody healthy if they got hurt. Now, the game's played tonight on Friday night. They'll have a full week before next Friday. If, the kids can go, that's always a positive thing. But, years ago when it was only 4 days in between, anybody that got hurt pretty much on that last game of the year, you couldn't count on them for level one of the playoffs.
Well, I tell you, and it was so nice when they finally switched the format. How many years back now? Because on the old days, you'd play your final game on a Thursday night, level one playoff game on a Tuesday, and if you won and advanced to level two, you're playing on Saturday. So you would, potentially play 3 games in about 8 days.
Yes, yeah.
And, I mean,
that was
it's hard
tough.
enough to play 1 game in 8 days, let alone 3. So obviously they had to push up the start of the regular season, but that made sense because now, even though the season starts a little earlier, now you're playing 1 game a week. You don't have to worry about playing
you're on your
Thursday,
regular
Tuesday. You're on a
schedule.
regular schedule, and that's where it should have been all along. Probably.
Right.
But I can understand why maybe they didn't do it initially because they didn't want to start the season. I mean, now most teams now, Dan, have 3 games in before school even starts.
I know.
I mean, that's the thing.
It starts about a week earlier than it used to, and the player's still down.
Yeah, the player's still down. They've got the card out there, and this is, boy, our thoughts are with him.
The other thing that I think has helped too with the playoffs, Mike, is the seeding.
Absolutely.
Back in the day when I was coaching, they seeded in a pot of 8. They seeded the top 2 teams and put them in opposite brackets, and then they went by closest proximity.
Proximity, yeah.
And I remember one year we were, I think, 8-1, and we ended up playing Berlin Catholic Central, and they were 8-1, and there were 2 or 3 teams that were 5-4 that were playing against one another. So, but we were the closest in relation to how close we were to Berlin and Catholic.
Sure.
And so we ended up playing them, and it was not saying it was unfair because we had our chances, but they were an awfully good team back then. It was in the middle of their run when they won, I think, 3 state championships in a row. So.
And they're carting that player off the field. Again, I could not see his jersey number.
Back when the horse and buggy days?
But they are.
Steve Noss, one of the assistant coaches for Waterloo. Steve was our first athletic trainer at Hustisford. Oh, gosh. I cannot remember what year it was, but the first year that we had an athletic trainer, Steve Noss was the athletic trainer.
Was the athletic trainer?
Yep. Remember that, Steve? What year was that you were our athletic trainer?
Oh, for a lot of years there.
But you were the first one we had.
Yep.
What year did you start? You never remember?
I started university in 85. So
Okay, 1985.
80s or
Mid-80s.
maybe early 90s. Yeah. He was our first athletic trainer, and he's been a coach on and off, but he's also a great athletic trainer.
1985, the fall of 85, I was in 5th grade. Does that date me a little bit?
Yeah.
Hang with us, Dan, for a few minutes here if you can. 3:15 to go in the game.
The injured player was Andy Carrillo.
Okay,
He was
oh
the
my
starting
goodness.
guard for Waterloo.
Let's our thoughts and prayers are with him right now, and let's hope he's going to be okay. I couldn't see his number, but he went down, and I tell you, it's so scary when you see those types of things happen. And hats off to our, speaking of trainers, and hats off to our athletic trainers, the first responders, EMTs that are there when things like that do happen. As we've seen over the course of recent times here, how important and just what a difference those people can make to these athletes when things go wrong.
And they're helping them so that things don't go wrong
Right,
too.
exactly.
It's not just when there's an injury. They're helping year round to make sure that the kids don't get injured as much, and they give all the information to the coaches that they need, and it takes a big load off of the coaches. I remember back when I started coaching, I had some athletic training classes, but you were doing all the taping and you were doing a lot of the assessing of injuries, and the trainer would come out, once a month or whatever to see you. So,
got another email here. It says, in Horicon, watching it live from home. Keep it up. Woohoo. That's from Anna, Nick, and Lyra, Lyra. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Sounds right to me.
Thank you very much for the email. Again, sports@dailydodge.com. And it looks like they had to wait for the trainers to come back over to the sideline. Is that what we're waiting for here, I think? And
I think those are the yard mark guys.
the chain gang. The chain gang. There you go.
Dual
Okay.
purpose.
Yeah, because
they might have been an EMT or something too.
Hey,
that
did you happen to speak of that?
Here we go.
gang? We'll get to that later.
2nd and 3rd for Waterloo from their own 47 as we're back to action after that delay. Handoff across the 50 to about the 48-yard line goes Trevor Ferrari, and he picked up a first down for the Pirates. And the clock running again. We're at exactly 3 minutes to go. Mike Tronson, Tim Haldeman, and special guest Dan Simon here in the booth as we get late in this one.
A lot of good running backs tonight, both sides. Ferrari, returning state qualifier in wrestling as well.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hush out of the gun, has the snap, wants to throw. And he had it knocked loose as he was trying to throw. The ball is out, and is that a forward pass or is it a fumble? Is it an incomplete pass or a fumble? And
it didn't signal, so it must be a fumble.
Gotta be a fumble.
Yeah, I would say a fumble then, because
Gained 1.
there was no signal. Yeah, and it ends up being recovered by Waterloo for a gain of 1. Yeah, his arm was cocked like he wanted to throw, and all of a sudden he got hit.
Hit from behind, so yeah.
And it was apparently not in the process of going forward when he got hit. So a fumble was called. Marshall 27, Marquezan 6. Cardinals claim a share of their 4th Eastern Suburban Conference title. Congratulations to them, as this is Hush on the keeper, right side, and lowers the shoulder as he gets inside the 40 near the first down marker. You might even have it here. And it would appear that Marshall's going to share the conference crown with Houston, because we're down to 1:53 left in this one. And Houston with a 36-14 lead over Waterloo. So this is a 1st and 10 now at the 35 for the Pirates. Trying to make some noise here. Then handoff Ferrari, right side. And gets wrapped up after a pickup of 2, maybe 3. A couple of gray jerseys out there to greet him. Check the spot. And boy, yeah, some of these fans are, they've weathered the storm literally for the last couple of hours, and they're thinking, you know what, let's go get dry because it looks like the game's well at hand, and it is. We're down to 67 seconds left. You were out there pretty much all night, weren't you, Dan?
I was.
Until a few minutes ago?
Yep.
I commend you, my friend. Low snap. Handoff Ferrari straight ahead to 25.
Waterloo's going to finish 5-2, and Houston 6-1 in the Eastern Suburban Conference. And you know, I think Houston was pretty happy when Cambridge took care of Marshall there.
Yeah, you think?
Yes, they were, because that set up, you know, a chance for these two teams coming into this one.
Right.
And Houston, they're going to be co-conference champs with Marshall. Handoff Ferrari, breaking tackles. He's to the 10.
He's going to go.
He's to the 5. He's going to go. Touchdown Waterloo with 29 seconds left. 25-yard run for Ferrari to make it 36-20. But again, only 29 seconds left. But hey, credit Waterloo for playing hard to the end here.
I think that's in their DNA. They're just, you know, they don't want to just have the game end.
Well, do you remember Joe Janke when he played back in his day?
Yes.
Oh.
Ferrari on the 2-point conversion,
yes.
And he is stop shy.
Yeah, he was one tough hombre.
The 2-point conversion failed, but it is now 36-20, Horicon-Hustisford. We'll keep it here with just 29 seconds left. Mike and Tim, joined by Dan Simon, former Hustisford football and wrestling coach and sometime broadcaster. That's true. We talked about that earlier. You've done some games with me and that one you mentioned with Tim, and
it was always fun.
You're very good. I mean, you know, you were very good. So you know, if one of us ever decides to walk away from this, you might have a future here, Dan.
Well, I was kind of hoping maybe Tony Romo or somebody would walk away and they'd need somebody, but I don't know.
Hey, Joe Buck just gave up baseball.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, somebody said.
I actually, with the Packer game the other night, I actually watched the Manning brothers. They were.
Oh, you watched the Manning cast? Huh?
They were entertaining. I actually liked the perspective. Peyton was pretty intuitive about what he was saying and demonstrating, and Eli wasn't doing as much of that as Peyton was, but it was fun to watch that.
I should do that sometime, watch the Manning.
I've
I've never done
that. No, I haven't either.
I just stick with the traditional, you know, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. So, just about ready to wrap this thing up. 29 seconds left. 36-20. Houston leads Waterloo.
Yeah, looks like they're one player short.
I'm still holding out for Don Meredith and Howard Cosell.
Dandy Don.
We talked about that down below. A couple of us old coaches. We said the party's over, you know. And Dandy Don singing with Howard Cosell, and
here's the approach and the onside kick attempt, and it's going to be fielded by the hands team out there, and it was grabbed by, is that 33? Yeah, 33 on the roster is Gavin Peterman. He's the starting fullback, and so Houston will have it 27 seconds left. A couple of years ago, we had a game that was actually, it was a game in Juneau. Dodgeland was playing, and the game got postponed from its Friday night time slot to Monday because of the field was too wet.
Yeah.
It was raining. And so I said on that broadcast, and I said, well, after how many years, I'm finally calling Monday Night Football.
There you go.
And we did the game on a Monday night because, again, there's a knee, and that will pretty much do it here. But
my favorite play right there.
The knee.
Victory formation.
Victory formation.
Yep.
And they won't have to snap it again here.
My wife even knew that was my favorite play to call. She says, why do you like that? Because it means that our work is done and we can celebrate.
So that's going to do it here as the clock is going to run down to double zeros. Congratulations to Houston. They are co-conference champs in the Eastern Suburban as they knock off the Waterloo Pirates by the score of 36-20. And so it's Marshall and Houston sharing the Eastern Suburban Conference crown in 2023, and now it is on to the postseason for these two squads.
You know, Mike, whole new coaching staff comes in. What a credit to them to win the conference championship, to bring the kids together. You know, can't say enough about what the coaching staff does, because that's a tough job to come in, all new offense, defense, and to get the kids to buy into it. They did an outstanding job.
Well, they really did. I couldn't have said it any better. So that's our final, 36-20. Stay with us. We're going to have our post-game report coming up. Dan, I really want to thank you for stopping by for a few minutes.
Thanks, Mike. It was a pleasure. I thought
unexpected treat here.
Well, I should have brought you a brat and a soda. Probably would have been a nice treat for you, but
I've had a few of those in my day.
Mike would not have turned it down.
I would not have turned that down.
Trust me.
And a little celebration over in the end zone there for Houston.
Mike, thanks for having me. Appreciate it so much.
Good to see you, buddy. You take care, all right? That's Dan Simon, former Hustisford football and wrestling coach, joining us on the broadcast tonight. Great to see him. Let's take a break. We'll take a 3-minute break back to wrap it up with our postgame show right after this on Daily Dodge TV.
High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in Wisconsin knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? Wisconsin needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Adam Forster at Columbus Family Dental. If you've been unhappy with your smile, it's time that you come and see us. Our team of doctors are waiting to help you get your smile back. We'll take the time to talk with you and treat you like a member of our family, not just another number. Whether it's a whole mouth makeover or simply a little tweak, we'll find the right solution that fits you. For your free, no-pressure consultation, call us today at 623-5559.
Cheer! Now cheer louder. Any accomplishment worth doing is worth doing with all your heart and soul. The entire team at Hometown Glass and Improvement knows that dedication, time, and respect can lead to greatness. When practicing free throws, running for a touchdown, or installing new windows and doors, it's a commitment to something larger than oneself that creates a legacy. So keep cheering for your hometown team. Hometown Glass and Improvement, online at hometownglass.com.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, Service Insurance has you covered. From auto and home insurance, farmers and renters insurance, to commercial and life insurance, Service Insurance offers a range of coverage options to fit your needs and budget. Learn more about Service Insurance Agency by visiting Facebook or call 920-478-2585 to talk with an agent today. Service Insurance of Waterloo is proud to support local athletes and the community.
Hi, this is Sandy from McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. We are proud to support all Beaver Dam athletes. While at home watching high school sports, why not be comfortable? McKinstry's is a lazy boy comfort studio. We have sofas, recliners, sectionals, and reclining sofas. Stop into McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam and add comfort to your home.
Year after year, McKinstry's.
You're watching the Daily Dodge postgame show.
Welcome back to Sword Field in Horicon. Mike Tronson, Tim Haldeman with you on the broadcast. Ninja and Ember, our videographer and engineer combo tonight. And this one has gone final. The regular season is now over. And tonight in the finale, it was Houston beating Waterloo by the score of 36-20. So with the win, Houston clinches a share of the conference title. They're now co-champs of the Eastern Suburban Conference with Marshall. And the Houston team finishing the season, the regular season, 7-2 and 6-1 in conference. Meanwhile, Waterloo, a very fine season, regular season, at 7-2 overall. And they will finish at 5-2 in the Eastern Suburban. So now it's on to the playoffs for these two, but let's recap what we saw here tonight. And the scoring summary, well, it was 24-0 Horicon-Hustisford at halftime. Alex Davis had 2 first-half touchdowns, Isaac Howard with 1. So it was 24-0 at halftime. Let's recap the second-half scoring for you. About a minute and 25 seconds into the third quarter, Trevor Ferrari got Waterloo on the board with a 10-yard touchdown run for the Pirates. A 2-point conversion failed. But just like that, out of the gate, it was 24-6, Horicon-Hustisford. Then Isaac Howard with the second touchdown of the night for him, a 24-yard run with 6:20 to go in the third. 2-point conversion failed, but that made it 30-6 in favor of Houston. Then flip ahead to the fourth quarter, 6 seconds in. Benny Marshall with a 5-yard touchdown run for the Pirates. 2-point conversion was good, 30-14, Horicon-Hustisford. So at that point, with almost a full quarter to play, we had a 2-score game. But then a couple scores in the final few minutes of the game with 3:50 left. Houston iced it as Isaac Howard got the hat trick, his third touchdown of the night. A 1-yard run, 2-point conversion failed, but that made it 36-14 Houston, and then Waterloo tacks on one with 29 seconds left. Trevor Ferrari, 25-yard touchdown run, 2-point conversion failed, 36-20 was the score, and that's how it ended. 36-20 in favor of the Houston team as they are co-champs of the Eastern Suburban with Marshall. What are they doing out here? They're introducing
the parents.
Parents?
At Parents Night, and there's nobody here to
I have
watch.
never seen Parents Night after a game in any sport, ever.
No.
That's the first time I've ever seen that. But, yeah, they're introducing parents, and, the rain has let up a little bit here. It's not really doing much right now, so I guess this was a good time to do it then. But anyways, Tim Haldeman, Houston looking pretty solid tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They took the opening kickoff down, and Waterloo stopped them about the, 9-yard line or so, and Waterloo got a punt blocked, and from there Waterloo was behind the 8 ball all night long. And taking a look at some stats, Houston, 58 rushes from scrimmage tonight for 308 yards. They were led by Isaac Howard with 20 carries for 148 yards, and Alex Davis carried 30 times for 139 yards. Grand total rushing, as I said, 308 yards, 1 for 3 through the air, for a grand total of 322 yards offensively tonight for the Marsh Falcons. The Waterloo Pirates, on the other hand, they were, I wrote it down somewhere. It's been a long time ago. Let's see. They were 4 for 8 through the air for a grand total of 23 yards. They were led on the ground, no doubt, by Trevor Ferrari with 23 carries for 154 yards and I think a couple scores. Waterloo.
How many did Ferrari have on the ground? I'm sorry?
He had 154 yards gained on 23 carries.
23 carries.
Yep.
And he did have 1 touchdown.
1 touchdown.
No, 2.
Okay.
Beg your pardon, 2
Yeah, okay.
touchdowns.
All right. So final 36-20. And, we said a number of times throughout the night that Houston pretty much in control right from the get-go. Waterloo, Waterloo won the toss. It's about the only thing they won. And then they deferred, and things went downhill from there pretty much the rest of the night.
Well, we wish these teams good luck in the postseason, which starts next week. Tomorrow morning, statewide, they'll release the WIAA playoff pairings. And so these two teams will know their opponents in, about another, 14 hours or so. Not too far away. We will be in Columbus next week. That's what we were told. We don't know who Columbus plays yet, but that'll obviously happen tomorrow during the reveal show. But a fun regular season, Tim Haldeman. We got to bounce around a little bit, see a lot of different teams, and had some fun along the way. And we're not done yet. Now it's the second season, and here we go. Playoff runs starting next week already.
Yeah, you bet. Second season, and that's where the fun starts. And hopefully you and I are going to take the Columbus Cardinals in Division 5 for a nice little ride this year. That would be fun once again to compliment everything that we did last year. We were a bit spoiled last year, I'll say.
Yes, we were.
To say the least. But we'll see what happens, and it's always a good time, especially, 2.5 hours with you, Tronson. There's worse places to be. I got to tell you. And Ninja,
I'm so touched.
Ember, she makes it, if she just brought us refreshments and burgers or something, come on.
Oh my goodness! Don't put that much pressure on her.
You got to talk to the bosses. We just need a little a food budget. There you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've never been to a press box yet where there's a menu posted. So I mean, really, it's. By the way, that final score, it was final earlier. Marshall beat Marquezan 27-6. So again, as I mentioned, Houston co-champs of the Eastern Suburban with Marshall. Marshall winning a share of its 4th consecutive Eastern Suburban Conference title. In fact, Marshall, until a few weeks ago, had never, ever lost a game in this conference since it was formed, and Cambridge finally got them. But they're still co-champs, along with the boys from Horicon-Hustisford. So that's going to wrap things up. We want to thank our sponsors that made this possible. They include our presenting video sponsors, Hometown Glass and Improvement and Columbus Family Dental. Tonight's game also a presentation of Service Insurance Agency, McKinstry's Home Furnishings, Kladowski Real Estate, Slumberland, Silica for Your Home, Summit Ford, Beaver Dam Tire and Service and Mayville Tire and Service, Surefire, Richards Insurance, Reed Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Park Village Shopping Center, Preferred Dental Partners, Jerry's Automotive, Air Care, The Dump in Cambria, and White Construction. 36-20, your final score. Tim, we'll see you in the playoffs, buddy. Thanks again.
Right. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Thanks to all of you for being with us. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast tonight. Ember and Justin Wilski, the Ninja, thank you both for being here. Great to see you guys again. It's been a while. It's been a little while. And, of course, for my good friend and partner, Tim Haldeman, Mike Tronson saying so long from Sword Field in Horicon. Have a pleasant evening and enjoy your weekend. This has been a Daily Dodge TV Sports presentation. Good night.
You're watching the Daily Dodge postgame show.